Hello guys, welcome to Scion What Ifs. So in this video, we will see what if Goku mastered the Golden Great Ape as a child. If you enjoy these kinds of stories, don't forget to show us some love by hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel. Your support means the world to us. Now, let's start the story. Chapter 1, Moonlight Awakening. Goku yawned, stretching his small arms toward the night sky. The campfire crackled beside him as Bulma snored inside her capsule house. He couldn't sleep. Something about tonight made his skin tingle, like ants were marching under it. "I'm hungry," he mumbled, patting his growling stomach. The forest around them was alive with sounds, crickets chirping, leaves rustling, and something else. Something calling to him. Goku hopped to his feet, power pole strapped to his back, and wandered away from camp. The trees thinned as he walked, revealing a clearing bathed in silver light. Goku's eyes widened as he gazed upward. The moon hung full and bright, bigger than he'd ever seen it. Wow! It's so pretty! His tail twitched excitedly behind him. Then it happened, his heart began to pound, hard and fast like a drum. His vision pulsed red. Something primal stirred inside, clawing to get out. "What's happening to me?" Goku clutched his chest, dropping to his knees. His muscles spasmed, bones stretched, skin pulled tight. Pain shot through him as his body began to grow, clothes tearing at the seams. Coarse brown fur sprouted across his expanding frame. His face elongated, teeth sharpening into fangs as a roar ripped from his throat. Where the small boy had stood, a massive ape now towered, eyes glowing crimson in the moonlight. The great ape bellowed, beating its chest with fists that could crush boulders. Trees snapped like twigs as it swung around, destroying everything in reach. But somewhere deep inside the beast's mind, a tiny voice persisted. "Stop! What am I doing?" The thought flickered through the rage, a candle flame in a hurricane, then vanished. The great ape continued its rampage, heading straight toward Bulma's capsule house. Inside, Bulma jolted awake to the sound of destruction. "What in the—" her question cut short as she peered through the window. "Eh!" She scrambled from bed, hands trembling as she grabbed her capsules. "Goku? Goku, where are you?" The building shook as a massive foot stomped nearby. Bulma dashed outside, eyes darting frantically until they locked onto the towering monster. "Oh no! It can't be! Goku's tail! The full moon!" Memories of Goku's warning about a monster coming during the full moon clicked into place. It was him all along. The great ape spotted her, red eyes focusing with predatory intent. "Goku! It's me! Bulma!" She backed away, voice cracking. "I know you're in there somewhere." The beast paused, tilting its massive head. For a heartbeat, the red glow in its eyes flickered. "Bulma?" The voice in the darkness grew louder. "My friend, don't hurt." The great ape roared in frustration, clutching its head. Two warring instincts battled within, destroy everything versus protect his friend. Bulma seized her chance, throwing a capsule that exploded into a hover car. She jumped in and gunned the engine, speeding away through the forest. The great ape gave chase, but something slowed its rampage. Every few steps, it stumbled, fighting against its own instincts. By dawn, when the transformation finally reversed, Goku would remember fragments, glimpses of control amid the chaos. "Goku! Wake up!" Cold water splashed across Goku's face. He sputtered awake, naked and confused in a crater of destruction. Trees lay flattened in every direction, boulders crushed to gravel. What happened? He rubbed his eyes, accepting the clothes Bulma thrust toward him. "You don't remember?" Bulma watched him carefully, keeping her distance. "You transformed into a giant monkey monster. You nearly killed me." Goku's eyes widened. "The monster that killed Grandpa, was me?" "I think so." Bulma knelt beside him. It happens when you look at the full moon. Your tail is somehow connected to the transformation. Tears welled in Goku's eyes. The revelation crushed him. I killed my own grandpa. Bulma softened, pulling him into a reluctant hug. You didn't know. You couldn't control it. But I felt something different this time. Goku wiped his eyes. Like I was watching myself through fog. I almost stopped when I saw you. Bulma pulled back, scientific curiosity replacing fear. You remembered me? That's impossible. The transformation completely takes over. Not completely. Goku clenched his small fist. I'm going to learn to control it. Bulma laughed nervously. That's not how it works, Goku. We should just cut off your tail. No. Goku wrapped his tail protectively around his waist. It's part of me. I need to master it, not get rid of it. You're the stubbornest kid I've ever met, Bulma sighed. Let's focus on finding the Dragon Balls before the next full moon, okay? But that night, as they continued their journey, Goku dreamed of a red planet beneath twin suns. Strange people with tails like his fought and flew across a rugged landscape. And in the dream, he wasn't afraid of his transformation, he embraced it. Miles away, in a towering headquarters shaped like a red ribbon, a man with fiery red hair studied satellite images on a massive screen. Replay that footage, Commander Red ordered, leaning forward in his chair. The screen flickered, showing thermal images of an enormous creature tearing through a forest, followed by its shrinking back to human form with the sunrise. Fascinating. Red adjusted his eye patch. The legends were true. General Black, a towering man in a pristine uniform, cleared his throat. Sir, what exactly are we looking at? Power, General. Red's lips curled into a smile. Pure, unbridled power in the form of a child. I want him found, studied, and harnessed. The transformation appears uncontrollable, Black observed. Everything can be controlled with the right leverage. Red tapped his metal desk. Send reconnaissance teams to track them. I want to know where they're going and why. And prepare the special containment unit, we're going to capture ourselves a very special monkey. 3 days later, Goku and Bulma arrived at Kame House, home of the legendary martial arts master, Mutant Roshi. The small pink house sat alone on a tiny island, waves lapping peacefully at its shores. Old timer. You home? Goku called, banging on the door. The door swung open revealing a bald old man in beach shorts and sunglasses. Who's making all that racket? Oh my. His attention immediately fixed on Bulma. Well, hello there, pretty lady. Bulma crossed her arms. Eyes up here, perv. We're here about Goku. Roshi dragged his gaze away from Bulma to examine Goku. This the boy you mentioned? Grandson of Gohan? That's me. Goku grinned. I want you to train me. Roshi stroked his beard. Not interested in taking students right now. Too busy with my, research. Bulma rolled her eyes at the stack of magazines visible through the doorway. Master Roshi, there's something you should know about Goku. She lowered her voice. He transforms into a great ape during the full moon. The change in Roshi was immediate. His posture straightened, eyes sharpening behind his sunglasses. Come inside. Now. Once seated, Bulma explained everything, Goku's tail, the transformation, and most surprisingly, his partial consciousness during the change. Roshi removed his sunglasses, eyes grave. In all my centuries, I've only heard whispers of such beings. Warriors from beyond the stars with the power to transform under the full moon. Beyond the stars? Goku tilted his head. You mean I'm an alien? I believe so. Roshi nodded. Your grandfather found you in a strange pod. He asked me about it once, but neither of us knew what it meant. That explains the dreams, Goku muttered. Dreams? Rashi and Bulma asked simultaneously. About a red planet with people like me. They're all fighting and flying. Rashi's gaze intensified. These aren't just dreams, boy. They're memories. Memories of your homeworld. Goku jumped up. Then I need to learn to control my ape form. It's part of who I am. Impossible. Rashi shook his head. That form is pure destruction. But I almost stopped myself from hurting Bulma. Goku protested. I can feel something inside, like the transformation wants to change again. Rashi paused, contemplating. Change how? Like there's another level beyond it. Goku struggled to explain. Like it's not supposed to be mindless. Rashi paced the room, weighing decades of wisdom against this unprecedented situation. Finally, he turned to Goku. I'll train you, but not just in martial arts. We'll prepare your mind and body to attempt something no one has ever done, control the uncontrollable. He pointed a gnarled finger at Goku. But you must promise me this: if we fail, if there's no progress by the next full moon, we cut off your tail. Goku nodded solemnly. I promise. Training with Master Rashi pushed Goku beyond limits he didn't know existed. Each morning began with milk deliveries, swimming through shark-infested waters, climbing mountains, and outrunning dinosaurs while carrying heavy shells on his back. Afternoons were spent in grueling combat practice, learning the turtle school techniques. But evenings were different. As sunset painted the sky orange, Rashi taught Goku to meditate, to find the primal power lurking within him even without the full moon. Focus on your tail, Rashi instructed one evening, 1 week into training. That's your connection to your transformation. Goku sat cross-legged on the beach, eyes closed, concentration etched on his young face. His tail twitched behind him as he reached for the dormant power. I feel it, he whispered. Like a sleeping animal. Good. Rashi nodded. Now imagine waking it, just a little. Goku's brow furrowed with effort. Suddenly, his muscles bulged slightly, brown fur sprouting on his arms for a split second before receding. Whoa! Goku's eyes snapped open. Did you see that? Rashi hid his astonishment behind a stoic nod. Progress. Small, but significant. Day by day, Goku gained more control. He could make his eyes flash red momentarily, grow his canines at will, even increase his strength by channeling small amounts of the ape's power. 2 weeks into training, while sparring with Krillin, a bald boy who had joined them at Kame House, Goku accidentally tapped too deeply into the power. His eyes blazed red, muscles tripled in size, and with a roar, he sent Krillin flying into the ocean with a single punch. Krillin! Goku snapped back to normal, horrified. He rushed into the water, pulling his friend to shore. Krillin coughed up seawater, sporting a massive bruise. What the heck was that, Goku? You nearly killed me. I'm sorry. I went too deep. Tears streamed down Goku's face. Rashi watched from the porch, concern etched in the lines of his face. The power responds to emotion, he noted. Especially anger. That night, Goku couldn't sleep. He slipped outside, practicing his control beneath the stars. The half-moon provided just enough light without triggering transformation. I won't hurt my friends again, he promised the night sky. Unbeknownst to Goku, Red Ribbon scouts observed him from a submarine offshore, recording every detail of his training. The boy is progressing rapidly, the scout reported through a secure channel. He's demonstrating partial transformation abilities without the full moon trigger. Commander Red's voice crackled through the speaker. Excellent. Is he ready for acquisition? Negative, sir. The old man is too powerful, and we're detecting another energy signal approaching the island. Satellite imaging suggests it's Corin. Red's curse was sharp enough to make the scout wince. The guardian cat complicates matters. Maintain surveillance but do not engage. I'm dispatching Captain Yellow's team to set up our contingency plan. The next morning, a strange shadow passed over Kame House. Goku looked up to see a small white cat floating down from the sky, balanced on a wooden staff. Korin. Master Roshi bowed respectfully. What brings you down from your tower? The cat landed gracefully, whiskers twitching. A disturbance in the natural energy of Earth. His gaze fixed on Goku. So this is the source. Goku stared, wide-eyed. A talking cat. And you're a Saiyan child with his tail intact, Korin replied dryly. Which of us is truly more unusual? Saiyan. The unfamiliar word sent a jolt through Goku. What's that? Korin circled Goku, examining him with ancient eyes. Your people. Warriors from planet Vegeta. Powerful, prideful, and nearly extinct from what I gather. The revelation hit Goku like a physical blow. Extinct? My whole family is gone. The planet was destroyed years ago, Korin confirmed gently. You were sent here as an infant, likely to conquer Earth given Saiyan customs. But Gohan raised you differently. Goku sank to the sand. I'm supposed to be a conqueror. What you're supposed to be and what you choose to be are different matters, Korin tapped Goku's chest with his staff. I sense a pure heart in you, despite your heritage. Can you help him, Korin? Roshi asked. He's attempting to control his great ape form. Korin's eyes widened. Impossible. He's already showing signs of partial consciousness during transformation, Roshi countered. And can access fragments of the power at will. Show me, Korin demanded. Goku closed his eyes, concentrating. His aura flickered, muscles tensed, and his eyes opened, crimson instead of black. A growl rumbled from his throat, deeper than any human child could produce. Fascinating. Korin leaned closer. There's something beyond the typical transformation trying to emerge. Beyond? Roshi questioned. Yes. Korin's tail swished thoughtfully. Legends speak of Saiyans who mastered their primal form, achieving something golden and divine. But it required immense willpower and a specific trigger, typically a righteous fury combined with deep love. Golden? Goku's eyes returned to normal. In my dreams, sometimes I see golden warriors fighting a lizard guy. Korin and Roshi exchanged significant glances. The boy needs ultra-divine water, Korin decided. Roshi gasped. That could kill him. What's ultra-divine water? Goku asked excitedly. Sacred water from my tower that reveals one's true potential, if they survive drinking it. Korin fixed Goku with a stern look. Most don't. Goku jumped to his feet. Let's go get it. Not yet. Korin raised a paw. You need more preparation. I'll train you at my tower for the next week. If you prove worthy, you may attempt the water before the full moon. Korin's tower tested Goku in ways Rashi's training never could. Climbing the enormous structure alone took Goku 3 days, with Korin taunting him from above. Once at the top, the real challenges began. Catch me, the cat instructed simply, floating just out of reach. What seemed easy proved nearly impossible. Korin moved with supernatural speed, always a whisker beyond Goku's grasp. Days passed with Goku growing increasingly frustrated. You're too focused on the physical, Korin chided, dodging another lunge. A Saiyan's power comes from within, not just muscles. I don't understand. Goku collapsed, exhausted. Your transformation isn't just physical, it's spiritual. Your Saiyan soul taking form. Korin hovered nearby. Stop chasing me with your body and reach for me with your spirit. Goku closed his eyes, reaching beyond physical senses. He felt Korin's energy, tranquil yet powerful, and instinctively reached for it with his own. When he opened his eyes, his hand was firmly gripping Korin's paw. The cat smiled. Now you're beginning to understand. The final test came on the 7th day. Corinne produced a bottle of clear liquid. The ultra-divine water. Last chance to back out. I'm ready. Goku's voice held no doubt. The water burned like fire going down, then spread icy tendrils through his veins. Goku screamed, collapsing as visions flooded his mind: Planet Vegeta, his parents' faces, a baby scion sent to Earth, and something else, golden warriors bowing to a great ape bathed in radiant light. His body convulsed, tail thrashing wildly. Corinne watched, unable to intervene in the spiritual battle raging within the boy. After what seemed like hours, Goku's eyes snapped open, normal black, but with new awareness behind them. I saw it all, he whispered. My home, my parents, and what I can become. Corinne nodded. The water shows the path, not the destination. You've survived, which means you have the potential. Goku stood, power rippling around him visibly. I feel stronger, clearer. The water unlocked your latent potential. Corinne smiled. But control of your great ape form will still require a powerful emotional catalyst. Commander Red slammed his fist on the console, cracking the screen. He survived the ultra-divine water. That's impossible. General Black stood at attention. Our intelligence suggests his power level has increased substantially, sir. Then we move now, before he masters the transformation. Red turned to a shadowy figure in the corner. Colonel Silver, your team is up. The trap is set. The silver-haired soldier stepped forward. Yes, sir. We've located and detained the girl who was traveling with him, Bulma brief. Her father is the Capsule Corporation founder. Excellent leverage. Red smiled coldly. Bring me the boy before the full moon rises tomorrow night. I want him secured in our containment facility when he transforms. And the others, sir? Silver asked. Kill them all. Goku's return to Kame House was met with celebration. Krillin, recovered from his injuries, marveled at the change in his friend. You're different, he observed during their afternoon spar. More focused. Goku easily dodged Krillin's attacks, moving with newfound grace. The water showed me who I am and who I can be. Their training session was interrupted by the sound of an aircraft approaching. Expecting Bulma, who had returned to West City temporarily, they waved as the plane landed. Instead of Bulma, Colonel Silver stepped out, flanked by Red Ribbon soldiers. Son Goku. Silver called, his voice deceptively friendly. We have a mutual friend who'd like to see you. Master Roshi emerged from the house, instantly alert. Red Ribbon Army, he muttered. Goku, stay back. Silver smiled thinly. I think the boy will want to come with us when he sees this. He pressed a button on his wrist. A hologram flickered to life, showing Bulma bound to a chair, fear evident in her eyes. Bulma. Goku stepped forward, eyes flashing red momentarily. Careful, boy, Silver warned. Any rash moves, and Commander Red gives the order to eliminate her. Roshi moved to attack, but Goku held up a hand. Wait. Goku, no, Roshi warned. It's a trap. I know. Goku's voice was unnaturally calm. But I won't let them hurt Bulma. He turned to Silver. If I go with you, you'll release her. Silver nodded. Commander Red is a man of his word. He's lying, Corinne's voice came from above as the cat descended. They plan to use you both. Silver's face hardened. Enough talk. You're coming with us now, or the girl dies. Goku looked to Roshi and Corinne. I'll go. But follow me. Tonight's the full moon. A chill ran through the older warriors at his words. You're not ready, Corinne whispered. I have to be. Goku walked toward Silver's plane. For Bulma. As soldiers flanked him, Goku glanced up at the afternoon sky. The full moon would rise in hours, and with it, a power Red Ribbon army couldn't possibly understand. The Red Ribbon headquarters buzzed with activity as soldiers escorted Goku through steel corridors. His hands were bound with energy cuffs designed to suppress ki. Commander Red waited in a circular chamber, walls reinforced with some strange metal. A glass observation deck overlooked the space where Goku stood. The famous Son Goku. Red approached, looking up at the boy who stood taller than him despite his small stature. "I've waited a long time for this meeting. Where's Bulma?" Goku demanded. Red gestured to a monitor showing Bulma in a cell. "Safe, for now. Her future depends entirely on your cooperation." "What do you want from me?" "Your power." Red circled him. "The ape transformation. I want to study it, harness it, replicate it if possible." Goku's eyes narrowed. "You can't control it." "Perhaps not." Red smiled. "But you can, can't you? Or you're learning to. Imagine an army of soldiers with your abilities, all under my command." "You're insane." Goku tested his restraint subtly. Red laughed. "Visionary, boy. The word is visionary." He checked his watch. "The moon rises in 30 minutes. This chamber is designed to withstand your transformation while allowing us to observe and collect data. And if I refuse? Then your friend dies, followed by everyone at Kame House." Red's single eye gleamed with malice. "I've already dispatched bombers." Goku's heart raced. He needed time, needed the moon. "I'll cooperate. But I want to see Bulma first." After the transformation, Red countered. "No. Now." Goku's eyes flashed red. "Or I'll fight the change tonight." Red studied him, then nodded to a guard. "Bring the girl." Minutes later, Bulma was escorted in, hands bound behind her. "Goku." Her eyes widened at his restraints. "Are you okay? What's happening?" "They want to see me transform." Goku spoke calmly, but his eyes conveyed a message: be ready. Bulma understood immediately. "You can't control it yet," she said loudly. "It's too dangerous." "That's why we have precautions," Red interrupted. "Take her back now." As guards approached Bulma, Goku caught her eye. "Watch for the golden light," he whispered. Red turned sharply. "What did you say?" Before Goku could answer, alarms blared throughout the facility. "Commander." General Black's voice came through speakers. "We're under attack. It's the old man and a cat. They're tearing through our defenses." Red cursed. "Accelerate the timeline. Open the moon roof now." The ceiling above the chamber slid open, revealing darkening sky. The full moon wasn't yet visible, but would be soon. "Take the girl to maximum security," Red ordered. "And prepare the weapon systems." As soldiers dragged Bulma away, she shouted, "Goku. Remember what Korin said about the trigger." The doors sealed behind her, leaving Goku alone with Red in the chamber. "Whatever you're planning, it won't work," Red warned, moving toward the observation deck. "This facility is designed to contain and, if necessary, neutralize you." Goku didn't respond. His eyes fixed on the opening above, waiting for moonlight. His tail twitched behind him as the energy cuffs suddenly sparked and shattered. Red froze. "How did you? The ultra-divine water didn't just make me stronger." Goku flexed his freed hands. "It helped me understand energy better." Red slammed a button, and turrets emerged from the chamber walls. "Last warning, boy. Cooperate or," the rest of his threat died as silver moonlight spilled into the chamber. Goku looked up, eyes meeting the full moon's gaze. The familiar pulse began in his chest, but this time, he didn't fight it. He embraced it, directing it, shaping it with his will. "What are you doing?" Red's voice held fear for the first time. This isn't how the transformation begins. Goku smiled as his body began to change, muscles expanding, fur sprouting across his skin. You wanted to see my power, he growled, voice deepening as his jaw elongated. Now you will. Unlike previous transformations, this one seemed more controlled. Goku's eyes remained aware even as they turned red. His growing form moved with purpose rather than blind rage. Red backed away, hitting the panic button repeatedly. Fire. Fire everything. Turrets activated, pummeling the transforming Goku with energy blasts. He roared in pain but didn't stop growing. 10 feet, 20, 30, until the great ape stood nearly 50 feet tall, head brushing the open ceiling. But something was different. As the turrets continued firing, hitting him with increasingly painful blasts, Goku thought of Bulma in danger, of Roshi and Krillin fighting outside, of his promise to master this form. Protect them. Save them. Control the power. Deep within the great ape's consciousness, something clicked into place. The red eyes flickered, then began to glow with golden light. Fur shimmered, brown giving way to a radiant gold that illuminated the entire chamber. Red watched in horror from the observation deck. Impossible. The golden great ape looked directly at him, not with mindless rage, but with focused intent. When it spoke, the voice was deeper than the earth but unmistakably Goku's. You threatened my friends. With surprising precision, a massive golden fist smashed through the observation glass, plucking Red from his command center. The commander dangled between two enormous fingers, face white with terror. Mercy, he pleaded. We can work together. I can help you understand your heritage. The golden great ape brought Red closer to one glowing eye. Release Bulma. Call off your soldiers. Red nodded frantically, fumbling with his communicator. All forces stand down. Release the prisoner immediately. Outside, Master Roshi and Korin paused their assault as Red Ribbon soldiers suddenly withdrew. The night sky glowed with golden light emanating from the headquarters center. Do you feel that? Roshi whispered. That power. Korin nodded, whiskers trembling. He did it. The golden great ape transformation. No scion has achieved this in thousands of years. Bulma rushed toward them, freed from her cell by retreating guards. What's happening to Goku? Evolution, Korin answered simply. He found his trigger, protecting those he loves. The top of the headquarters crumbled as the golden great ape emerged, Commander Red still clutched carefully between his fingers. With surprising gentleness, the massive creature set Red down beside Roshi. Deal with him, the ape rumbled, voice carrying across the compound. Red collapsed to his knees, single eye fixed on the golden giant. What are you? The golden great ape looked down, consciousness fully intact behind those glowing eyes. I'm Son Goku. And I'm staying on Earth to protect it, not conquer it. With that, he turned toward the remaining Red Ribbon forces, who scattered in terror before him. The golden light radiating from his fur illuminated the night brighter than the moon itself. Bulma approached fearlessly, looking up at her transformed friend. Goku? Can you hear me? The massive head lowered, golden eyes softening. I hear you, Bulma. I remember everything now. Can you change back? She asked. The golden great ape nodded. I think so, but not until sunrise. The moonlight sustains the transformation. Then what do we do until morning? Krillin asked, joining them. Goku's massive mouth formed something resembling a smile. We make sure no one else gets hurt. Throughout the night, the golden great ape methodically dismantled Red Ribbon army weaponry, crushing tanks and aircraft with precision that the mindless form could never have managed. Soldiers fled, their organization crumbling as its secret facilities were exposed. By dawn, when the transformation finally reversed, Goku stood amid the ruins of Commander Red's empire, small again, but forever changed. How did it feel? Master Roshi asked as he handed Goku fresh clothes. Goku's eyes gleamed with newfound awareness. Like I was always meant to find that form. The golden light showed me things, memories of ancient Saiyans who could control their transformations. The legends were true then, Korin mused. A Saiyan with a pure heart can master the primal form. But this is just the beginning, Goku said, looking at his hands. There's something more beyond this form, something I glimpsed but couldn't reach yet. Bulma ruffled his hair. One impossible achievement at a time, kiddo. As they prepared to leave the demolished headquarters, General Black approached under Roshi's watchful eye. Commander Red is in custody, Black reported. But he wanted me to give you this. He handed Goku a small device. He said it contains information about your people, intercepted from space communications. Goku accepted it cautiously. Why would he help me now? Because he knows others will come, Black answered grimly. Your transformation was detected by satellite. It's only a matter of time before more powerful enemies arrive seeking what you have. Goku's expression hardened with determination. Let them come. I'll be ready. As the sun rose fully above the horizon, Goku looked toward the sky, tail wrapped securely around his waist. The golden great ape was just the first step in a journey that would take him far beyond Earth. But for now, he had friends to protect, training to complete, and a heritage to understand. Let's go home, he said to Bulma and the others. I'm starving. Some things, despite cosmic power and legendary transformations, never changed. Chapter 2, Power and Pride. 6 months flew by like nothing. Goku stood at the edge of Kame House's island, feet planted in wet sand as waves lapped at his ankles. The setting sun painted everything orange and pink, making his shadow stretch long across the water. You ready for this? Krillin asked, keeping his distance. Smart kid. Goku nodded, his face scrunched up with concentration. I've been practicing every day. Just the partial transformation, Master Roshi called from the safety of the porch. Don't push for the golden state yet. Goku closed his eyes, tail unwrapping from his waist to sway freely behind him. Ever since that night at Red Ribbon headquarters, he'd been working on accessing his great ape power without the full moon. It wasn't easy, like trying to pour just one drop from a waterfall. His muscles tensed, veins bulging along his small arms. A low growl rumbled from his chest, deeper than any human child could make. His eyes snapped open, crimson replacing black. That's it, Roshi encouraged. Hold it there. Goku's body shimmered with energy as brown fur sprouted in patches across his skin. His teeth elongated slightly, face taking on subtle ape-like features while maintaining his human form. Look at his power level. Bulma exclaimed, checking a scanner she'd built specifically to measure Goku's energy. It's 5 times his normal state. Krillin whistled. And he's not even fully transformed. Goku held the partial state for nearly a minute before exhaling sharply, the features receding as he dropped to one knee in the sand. Still can't hold it long, he panted, wiping sweat from his forehead. Progress is progress. Roshi approached, offering a towel. 6 months ago, you couldn't access any great ape power without the full moon. Now you can tap into it at will. But I still can't reach the golden state, Goku frowned, accepting the towel. It only happened that once, when Bulma was in danger. Because the trigger is emotional, not physical. Korin materialized beside them, having taken to visiting regularly to monitor Goku's development. Remember what you felt that night, the need to protect, the righteous anger, the love for your friends. I'm trying, Goku sighed. But it's hard to fake those feelings during practice. Bulma ruffled his wild hair. Maybe that's the point. You can't fake it. The golden form responds to genuine emotion. Enough training for today. Roshi headed back toward the house. Dinner's getting cold. As they walked back, Bulma checked her dragon radar. 6 months of rebuilding her life after the Red Ribbon incident had given her time to refocus on their original quest. "Hey guys, I'm picking up a Dragon Ball signal about 100 miles north," she announced. "Want to check it out tomorrow?" Goku perked up immediately. "Yeah. We haven't gone on an adventure in forever. Could be dangerous," Roshi warned. "Red Ribbon might be diminished, but they're not gone. Commander Red escaped custody 3 months ago, remember? All the more reason to find the Dragon Balls before he does," Krillin chimed in. "Besides, who's gonna mess with us when Goku can turn into a golden giant monkey?" Goku grinned, but something nagged at him, a strange feeling he'd had since mastering the partial transformation. Like someone was watching from very far away. Across the ocean in a remote mountain fortress, Commander Red stared at arcane scrolls spread across a massive table. His appearance had changed drastically. Gone was the military uniform, replaced by robes covered in strange symbols. An eye patch still covered his missing eye, but now mystic runes were etched into the leather. "The boy continues to grow stronger," General Black reported, entering the chamber. "Our remaining spy drones captured this footage today." A hologram flickered to life, showing Goku's partial transformation on Kame House Island. Red smiled coldly. "Excellent. His power develops right on schedule." "Sir, with respect, why aren't we moving against him?" Black asked. "Every day he grows more difficult to capture." "Because we're not trying to capture him anymore." Red traced symbols on an ancient scroll. "We're waiting for him to become what we need, the key." "The key to what, sir?" Red's finger stopped on a drawing of a massive demon battling what appeared to be a golden great ape. "To awakening something far more valuable than a child with transformation abilities." His voice dropped to a near whisper. "These scrolls tell of an ancient demon king who once battled golden warriors from beyond the stars. His power dwarfs anything the boy can access." Black's eyes widened. "You can't mean, King Piccolo." Red's face twisted with zealous fervor. "Sealed away centuries ago, but not destroyed. And according to these texts, his prison can be opened with the right key." "And the boy is that key?" "No." Red smiled. "But his golden blood will be." The next morning, Goku, Krillin, and Bulma set out on Nimbus toward the Dragon Ball signal. Bulma clutched her radar, seated behind Goku on the magical cloud. "We're getting close," she called over the wind. "Looks like it's in that village up ahead." Below them, nestled in a mountain valley, a small settlement came into view. Something was wrong. Even from this height, they could see people running, buildings burning. "Someone's attacking the village." Krillin pointed to uniformed figures pursuing civilians. "Red Ribbon soldiers," Goku growled, eyes flashing red momentarily. "Let's go." Nimbus dove toward the chaos. As they descended, Goku spotted a girl about his age fighting off 3 soldiers with impressive skill. Her long black hair whipped around as she spun, landing a powerful kick that sent one attacker flying into a market stall. "Wow," Goku whispered, genuinely impressed by her technique. They landed in the village square. Bulma immediately took cover with the radar while Goku and Krillin leapt into action. Power pole, extend. Goku's weapon elongated, sweeping several soldiers off their feet. Krillin engaged another group, his turtle school training evident in every precise strike. The fighting girl noticed their arrival, eyes widening in surprise before she refocused on her opponents. About time someone showed up to help. "You're pretty good yourself." Goku called back, blocking a rifle with his power pole. "I should be. My dad's the Ox King." She ducked under a punch, countering with an elbow strike that dropped another soldier. Goku grinned, fighting his way toward her. "I'm Goku." "Chi-Chi," she responded, back to back with him now as they faced surrounding troops. "These creeps showed up this morning looking for some orange ball." "The Dragon Ball." Goku and Chi-Chi moved in perfect sync, as if they'd trained together for years. We need to find it before they do. More red ribbon reinforcements poured into the square, including a hulking soldier wielding a massive hammer. That's Colonel Bronze, Chi-Chi whispered. He's their leader. Bronze spotted Goku and smiled cruelly. Well, well. The monkey boy himself, just as Commander Red predicted. He spoke into a wrist communicator. Target confirmed. Proceeding with capture. Capture. Krillin rejoined them, breathing hard. I thought they wanted to kill you after what you did to their headquarters. Plans change. Bronze signaled his troops, who began firing strange blue projectiles instead of bullets. Goku deflected several with his power pole before realizing they weren't weapons, they were darts. One grazed his arm, immediately numbing the skin. Don't let those hit you, he warned. They're tranquilizers. Chi-Chi grabbed his arm, pulling him toward an alley. This way. I know somewhere to hide. They ducked through narrow streets, Krillin providing cover from behind. Chi-Chi led them to a small temple on the village outskirts. The Dragon Ball is in here, she explained, pushing open heavy wooden doors. The village elder was protecting it. Inside, an elderly man lay on the floor, wounded but alive. The 7-star Dragon Ball gleamed on a pedestal behind him. They tried to take it, the elder coughed, but I managed to activate the temple defenses. Ancient symbols glowed along the walls, creating a barrier that had kept the soldiers out, until now. Those won't hold for long, Bulma said, examining the fading runes. We need to get the ball and go. We can't leave these people. Chi-Chi protested. My father's away, and I promise to protect the village until he returns. Goku stared at her, something stirring inside him. This girl was like him, strong, determined, protective of others. We won't leave, he decided. We'll stop them here. Krillin groaned. Against a whole Red Ribbon squad. They're not just after the Dragon Ball now, they want you, Goku. Let them try. Goku's eyes hardened. I've been training for this. Chi-Chi studied him curiously. There's something different about you. Your energy feels wild. Before Goku could respond, an explosion rocked the temple. Colonel Bronze's voice boomed from outside. We have the temple surrounded. Hand over Son Goku and the Dragon Ball, or we burn the entire village. Goku stepped toward the door. I'll handle this. Wait. Chi-Chi grabbed his arm. You can't just surrender. I'm not. His tail unwrapped from his waist, swaying freely. I'm going to show them why they should leave us alone. Outside, Bronze and 30 soldiers had the temple surrounded, weapons trained on the entrance. When Goku emerged alone, Bronze laughed. Smart choice, boy. Commander Red has special plans for you. Goku planted his feet firmly on the ground, power pole clutched in one hand. Leave this village and never come back. Last warning. Bronze's laughter died when he saw Goku's eyes flash red. Open fire. Tranquilizers only. Darts flew from all directions. Goku spun his power pole in a blur, deflecting most, but several found their mark. He staggered, fighting the sedative's effects. Partial, transformation, he growled, concentrating through the haze. His muscles bulged, fur sprouting in patches as he tapped into great ape power. The dart stuck in his skin popped out as his body changed. With a roar that shook the ground, Goku charged, moving faster than Bronze could track. The colonel raised his hammer to block, but Goku's enhanced strength shattered it like glass. One punch sent Bronze flying into a building 50 yards away. The soldiers faltered, several breaking ranks to run. Others switched to real ammunition, bullets pinging harmlessly off Goku's partially transformed body. Inside the temple, Chi-Chi watched in amazement. What is he? It's a long story, Bulma sighed. Involves aliens, tails, and monkey transformations. Chi-Chi's eyes never left Goku as he decimated the Red Ribbon forces. He's amazing. The battle seemed won until a high-pitched whistle cut through the air. Goku froze mid-punch, hands clapping over his sensitive ears. The sound, inaudible to normal humans, targeted his psion hearing. From a nearby rooftop, a slender figure in pink appeared, a man with cold eyes and a ponytail. He adjusted a small device generating the painful frequency. "Mercenary Tao," Krillin whispered, face pale. "We're in trouble." Tao jumped down, landing gracefully despite the 30-foot drop. "Son Goku. My employer pays quite handsomely for your capture." He glanced at the writhing, partially transformed boy. "Though he neglected to mention your condition." Fighting through pain, Goku tried to maintain his transformation. "Who hired you?" "Client confidentiality, child." Tao increased the device's output. "Though I'm certain you'll meet them soon enough." Goku collapsed to his knees, transformation receding as the sound overwhelmed his senses. Through blurring vision, he saw Chi-Chi charge at Tao. "Leave him alone." She attacked with impressive speed, but Tao sidestepped effortlessly. "A spirited one." Tao touched her neck with 2 fingers, hitting a pressure point that rendered her unconscious instantly. "Perhaps my bonus." "No." Goku's shout came too late as Chi-Chi crumpled to the ground. Krillin and Bulma rushed from the temple, but Tao threw a grenade that exploded into blinding light. When their vision cleared, Tao stood holding an unconscious Goku over one shoulder. "If you wish to see the boy alive again, do not follow." Tao's cold eyes swept over them. "This business doesn't concern you." With that, he leapt away with inhuman speed, disappearing into the forest beyond the village. "Goku!" Bulma screamed after him. Krillin helped Chi-Chi, who was beginning to stir. "We have to go after them." "How?" Bulma demanded. "That was mercenary. Tao, the world's deadliest assassin. He'll kill us before we get close." Chi-Chi sat up, rubbing her neck. "Who was that? And what happened to Goku?" "They took him," Krillin explained. "And if mercenary Tao is involved, this is way bigger than we thought." "My father has connections," Chi-Chi said, determination replacing fear. "He can help us track them down." Bulma activated her radar. "We don't need connections. Look." She showed them the screen, where Goku's dragon radar blipped alongside the Dragon Ball signal. "I gave Goku a transmitter disguised as a button. We can follow them." "Then what are we waiting for?" Chi-Chi was already on her feet. "Let's go rescue him." Krillin stared at her. "You're coming with us. You barely know Goku." Chi-Chi's expression softened momentarily. "He fought to protect my village without hesitation. I won't abandon him." A faint blush colored her cheeks. "Besides, there's something special about him. I can feel it." Bulma smirked knowingly. "Well then, let's get moving." They're heading north, and fast. Goku awoke in darkness, his head pounding. Cold metal restrained his limbs, and something around his waist pinned his tail immobile. Focusing his senses, he detected the hum of machinery and the antiseptic smell of a laboratory. "Subject is regaining consciousness," a clinical voice noted. Lights flickered on, blinding him momentarily. When his vision cleared, Goku found himself in a massive underground facility. Scientists in white coats monitored equipment surrounding the metal table where he was restrained. "Where am I?" he demanded, testing his restraints. They held firm, clearly designed specifically for his strength. "Somewhere your friends won't find you," Commander Red stepped into view, transformed from when Goku last saw him. The military uniform was gone, replaced by robes covered in strange symbols. "Welcome to my new operation, son Goku." "Red." Goku growled, eyes flashing crimson briefly before pain shot through his body from the restraints. "Ah, careful with that." Red gestured to the bands around Goku's wrists and tail. Those are designed to suppress and redirect your transformative energy. Try to change, and the pain will increase accordingly. Mercenary Tao stood silently in the corner, watching with cold detachment. What do you want from me? Goku demanded. Originally, I wanted your power. Red approached, examining Goku like a fascinating specimen. The ability to transform subordinates into great apes would have made my army unstoppable. He traced a symbol on Goku's restraint, causing it to glow faintly. But then you showed me something far more valuable, the golden great ape. An ancient form mentioned only in the oldest texts. His voice dropped to a reverent whisper. The form that fought gods and demons. Goku struggled against the restraints. If you think I'll transform for you again, you're crazy. Oh, I'm counting on it. Red nodded to a scientist, who activated a mechanism that tilted Goku's table until he faced a large window. Beyond it lay a chamber containing Bulma? No. Goku whispered, then realized it wasn't Bulma but a perfect hologram. Nice try. That's not her. Red smiled coldly. Clever boy. But we don't need the real one, do we? Just the emotional trigger she represents. He adjusted a dial, and the hologram flickered, showing Bulma in apparent pain. Despite knowing it wasn't real, Goku felt anger rising. He forced himself to calm down. It won't work. Perhaps not. Red conceded. But what about this? The hologram changed to Chi-Chi, bruised and frightened. Goku's heart skipped. You wouldn't. The Ox King's daughter? Most certainly. Red watched Goku's reaction carefully. Mercenary Tao found your response to her capture interesting. A girl you just met, yet you nearly broke through the sonic suppression to save her. Goku maintained a neutral expression, but inside, confusion swirled. Why had he reacted so strongly to Chi-Chi's danger? He barely knew her, yet something about her triggered protective instincts even stronger than with his established friends. Your scion blood recognizes worthy mates instinctively, Red continued, as if reading his thoughts. Another fascinating detail I've learned from my research. Leave her out of this, Goku warned, voice deepening slightly. Too late. Red nodded to someone behind the window. She's already on her way here, tracking the transmitter in your clothing. So predictable. Fear replaced anger in Goku's eyes. You're using me as bait. For now. Red walked to a control panel. But soon, you'll serve your true purpose. He pressed a series of buttons, and moonlight, artificial but perfect in its replication, filled the chamber from hidden projectors. We don't need to wait for night. Red smiled as Goku's eyes widened, instinctively responding to the false lunar light. The transformation can be triggered at will with the right technology. Goku closed his eyes, fighting the change. The restraints burned against his skin, redirecting transformation energy back into his body painfully. You can't fight it forever, Red warned. And when you change, we'll collect what we need. What is that? Goku managed between gritted teeth. Red held up a strange device with a needle at one end. Blood from a golden great ape. The final ingredient to unlock a power that will make your transformation look insignificant. Outside the facility, hidden among mountain rocks, Bulma monitored her radar while Krillin and Chi-Chi prepared for infiltration. There's massive energy readings coming from underground, Bulma whispered. And I'm picking up Goku's signal inside. How do we get in? Krillin studied the seemingly abandoned warehouse that concealed the entrance. There are guards everywhere. Chi-Chi reached into her pack, pulling out a small crossbow. My father taught me that every fortress has a weak point. She loaded a grappling hook. Usually the ventilation system. Bulma raised an eyebrow, impressed. You've done this before. When your father's the Ox King, you learn a few things about breaking into castles. Chi-Chi aimed at the roof. Sometimes he'd lock me out to test my infiltration skills. The hook shot silently, embedding firmly in the warehouse roof. Chi-Chi tested the line, then turned to the others. Ready? Krillin gulped. I thought rescuing Goku was dangerous before. Now I'm really scared. Of the guards? Bulma asked. No. Krillin glanced at Chi-Chi, of her. Inside the facility, Goku's resistance was weakening. The artificial moonlight worked almost as well as the real thing, and the restraint's pain could only hold back the transformation for so long. His vitals are spiking, a scientist reported. Transformation imminent. Red watched hungrily as Goku's muscles began to expand, fur sprouting despite his struggles. Prepare the extraction equipment. Suddenly, alarms blared throughout the facility. Red spun toward a security monitor showing 3 intruders, Krillin, Bulma, and Chi-Chi, fighting their way through guards toward the main laboratory. How did they get past exterior security? Red demanded. Tao stepped forward. I'll handle the intruders. No. Red's eye narrowed. Let them come. In fact, bring the girl here. Seeing her in actual danger might be exactly what we need to trigger the Golden State. Goku, hearing this through waves of pain, redoubled his efforts to fight the transformation. If Chi-Chi entered the room, she'd be in genuine danger, not just from Red, but potentially from Goku himself if he lost control. Override security, Sector 7. Red commanded. Direct the intruders to us. Chi-Chi led the way through the facility, her fighting skills surprising even Krillin. She moved with practiced efficiency, disabling guards without killing them. How are you so good at this? Krillin asked, knocking out a scientist with a chop to the neck. Training since I could walk, Chi-Chi answered, checking a corridor. My dad wanted me to be able to protect myself. Guys, something's wrong, Bulma whispered, checking her scanner. These doors are opening automatically. They're leading us somewhere. It's a trap, Krillin realized. They want us to find Goku. Chi-Chi continued forward. Trap or not, we're getting him out. They followed the mysteriously unlocked doors until reaching a massive steel entrance labeled, Primary Containment. It hissed open as they approached. Inside, Goku lay strapped to a tilted table, his body spasming between human and partial great ape form. Commander Red stood nearby, smiling as they entered. Right on schedule, he greeted them. The guest of honor has arrived. Chi-Chi stepped forward, eyes locked on Goku. Let him go. Now. I'm afraid I can't do that. Red gestured, and hidden security drones emerged from the ceiling, weapons trained on the rescue party. Especially when we're so close to success. Bulma gasped as she noticed the artificial moonlight bathing Goku. You're forcing his transformation. With an emotional catalyst, Red confirmed, nodding toward Chi-Chi, your friend has formed quite the connection with the Ox Princess. Chi-Chi's eyes widened. Me? But we just met. Scions know they're compatible partners instinctively, Red explained. Something about genetic compatibility and warrior spirit. Fascinating creatures. Enough talk, Krillin moved into a fighting stance. We're taking Goku home. Red sighed theatrically. Mercenary Tao, if you would demonstrate why that's impossible. Tao appeared behind Krillin so fast it seemed like teleportation. One precise strike sent the young fighter crashing into the wall, unconscious before he hit the ground. Krillin! Bulma cried, backing away. Chi-Chi stood her ground as Tao approached her. Stay back. Brave, Tao commented, voice emotionless. But foolish. Before he could strike, Chi-Chi launched a spinning kick that caught even the legendary assassin by surprise. It connected with his chest, pushing him back several feet. Tao's eyes widened slightly. Interesting. Actual technique. On the table, Goku's transformation accelerated as he watched Chi-Chi fight. Something primal and protective surged through him, stronger than anything he'd felt before. Yes. Red exclaimed, watching monitors displaying Goku's energy levels. The emotional response we need. Chi-Chi continued battling Tao, holding her own through sheer determination and skill, but the outcome was inevitable. The mercenary's experience and power outmatched her youth and talent. A precisely aimed strike sent her sprawling near Goku's table. Chi-Chi. Goku's voice deepened as fur covered his expanding body, the restraints cracking under pressure. Red approached the fallen girl, extraction device in hand. Perhaps we should collect your blood too, princess. The combination might prove even more potent. As the needle neared Chi-Chi's arm, something inside Goku snapped. The restraints shattered in a blast of golden light. The energy suppressors overloaded, exploding in showers of sparks. Everyone shielded their eyes as Goku's body erupted with power, growing rapidly to great ape size, first shifting from brown to a brilliant, shimmering gold. The golden great ape stood where the table had been, laboratory ceiling crumbling as his massive form expanded. But unlike last time, the transformation seemed more controlled, more complete. When the massive head turned toward Red, the eyes that fixed on him weren't just conscious, they were furious. You made a mistake, the golden great ape spoke, voice rumbling like distant thunder. You threatened someone I care about. Red backed away, fear replacing triumph. Tao. Contain him. The mercenary hesitated for the first time in his career. That wasn't in our agreement. The golden great ape moved with surprising speed for its size, one massive hand sweeping security drones from the air while the other gently lifted Chi-Chi from the floor. Are you okay? He asked, the deep voice somehow gentle. Chi-Chi stared up at the golden giant, fear giving way to wonder. Goku? Is that really you in there? It's me. The massive mouth formed something resembling a smile. I can control it now. Because of you. Across the lab, Red frantically activated emergency protocols. Seal the chamber. Gas the room. Poison gas hissed from vents, but the golden great ape simply roared, the sound wave powerful enough to push the gas back into the ventilation system. With Chi-Chi safely cradled in one hand, he used the other to grab Bulma and the unconscious Krillin. We're leaving, he announced, muscles tensing to punch through the ceiling. Wait. Red screamed, desperation replacing confidence. You don't understand what's at stake. The Demon King will return with or without you. The golden great ape paused. What Demon King? Red held up an ancient scroll. King Piccolo. The ancient evil that battled your kind centuries ago. I sought your blood as the key to his prison, but others will find another way. Then I'll stop them too. The golden giant tensed again. You can't. Red's voice cracked. He cannot be destroyed, only contained. Your ancestors knew this. But Goku had heard enough. With a powerful thrust, he smashed through the laboratory ceiling, continuing upward through layers of earth and concrete until breaking through to open air. The facility imploded behind them, dust and debris filling the massive hole as support structures collapsed. Mercenary Tao watched from a distance, having escaped moments before the destruction. Most interesting, he murmured before disappearing into the forest. Miles away, the golden great ape finally stopped, setting his friends gently in a clearing. The full moon, the real one, hung overhead, maintaining his transformation. Is everyone okay? He asked, kneeling to examine them better. Bulma checked Krillin, who was beginning to stir. He'll be fine. Thick head. Chi-Chi couldn't stop staring at Goku's transformed state. You're beautiful, she whispered, reaching out to touch the golden fur that radiated warm light. The great ape blinked in surprise, then laughed, a rumbling sound like distant avalanches. Nobody's ever called this form beautiful before. Well, it is, she insisted. Powerful but controlled. Wild but gentle. Something about her words resonated deep within him. While Bulma tended to Krillin, Goku brought his massive face closer to Chi-Chi. I don't understand why, but something about you helps me control this power, he admitted. When Red threatened you, everything clicked into place. Chi-Chi smiled, fearlessly placing her hand against his enormous cheek. My father says some spirits are just meant to find each other. Bulma cleared her throat loudly. Hate to interrupt this magical moment, but we should get moving before Red Ribbon sends reinforcements. Red escaped, Goku said, rising to his full height. I sensed his energy signature moving away before the facility collapsed. What was he talking about? Chi-Chi asked. A demon king. King Piccolo, Bulma's face paled. I've read about him in ancient texts. A demon who nearly destroyed the world centuries ago until Master Mateto sealed him away using a special technique. And Red thinks he can release him? Krillin asked, finally conscious. Not without golden blood, apparently. Bulma glanced at Goku. Your blood. The golden great ape looked at his massive hand. Then we need to stop him before he finds another way. We? Chi-Chi asked hopefully. Goku nodded, golden eyes glowing in the darkness. All of us. If you want to help. Try and stop me, she smiled. My father's going to love you. First, Bulma interjected, we need to get back to Master Roshi and figure out our next move. And maybe figure out how to get you back to normal size without waiting for sunrise. Goku considered this, then closed his eyes, concentrating. The golden aura surrounding him pulsed, growing brighter, then began to shrink inward. His massive form gradually reduced until, with a final flash of light, he stood before them in human form again, though his eyes still held a golden tint. Whoa! Krillin exclaimed. How'd you do that? I don't know exactly, Goku admitted, examining his human hands with surprise. I just told the power to go back inside instead of out. Like folding something really big into a small box. Bulma scanned him with her device. Your energy readings are still off the charts. You've somehow compressed the great ape power into your human form. Is that even possible? Chi-Chi asked. Apparently it is now, Bulma smiled. Our Goku keeps breaking all the rules. As they prepared to leave, Goku turned to Chi-Chi, will you come with us? To Kame House. She hesitated. I should check on my village first, make sure everyone's okay after the attack. We'll go together, Goku decided. And then Kame House. Chi-Chi nodded, a faint blush coloring her cheeks. I'd like that. The village had begun rebuilding by the time they returned. With Red Ribbon forces gone and Colonel Bronze in custody, the people welcomed them as heroes, especially the Ox King's daughter and her powerful new friend. I didn't know you were a princess, Goku mentioned as they helped repair damaged buildings. Chi-Chi shrugged, hammering a board into place. It's not a big kingdom, just a mountain and some surrounding lands. Dad's more of a regional lord than a real king. Still cool, Goku grinned. My grandpa was just a martial artist who found me in the woods. Found you? Goku nodded. In a pod from space, apparently. I'm something called a scion. To his surprise, Chi-Chi didn't seem shocked or repulsed. That explains a lot, actually. No regular person could fight like you do, even before the whole golden monkey thing. And that doesn't bother you? Me being, not human. Chi-Chi set down her hammer, looking him directly in the eyes. Goku, my father is 10 feet tall and used to terrorize villages with an axe until your grandpa changed his heart. Normal isn't exactly our family standard. Goku laughed, relief washing over him. Most people would run screaming from what he was, but Chi-Chi accepted it without hesitation. By evening, they gathered their supplies for the journey to Kame House. The village elder presented them with the 7-star Dragon Ball as thanks. Only 6 more to find, Bulma noted, adding it to her collection. Though I'm not sure what we'll wish for now. We might need that wish to stop whatever Red is planning, Krillin suggested. This King Piccolo business sounds serious. As they prepared to leave, Chi-Chi pulled Goku aside. I have something for you. She handed him a small communication device. It's connected directly to my father's castle. If you ever need help, or just want to talk. Goku accepted it with a smile. Thanks. I've never had a way to call anyone before. Well, now you do. She hesitated, then quickly leaned forward, kissing his cheek. For luck. Goku blinked in surprise, a strange warmth spreading through him that had nothing to do with transformation energy. What was that for? Because I wanted to, Chi-Chi replied, cheeks pink. Problem? Nope. Goku grinned. No problem at all. The journey to Kame House took them 2 days, during which Goku practiced accessing his compressed great ape power. He discovered he could channel small amounts into his human form, enhancing his strength and speed without physically transforming. It's like having the best of both worlds, he explained to Chi-Chi as they flew on Nimbus. The power without losing control. Master Roshi was waiting on the beach when they arrived, having sensed Goku's transformed energy days earlier. I see you found new friends, he observed, eyeing Chi-Chi curiously. And new control over your power. This is Chi-Chi, Goku introduced. She helped me master the golden great ape form. Roshi's eyebrows shot up. Mastered it? Already? And he can change back at will, Bulma added, without waiting for sunrise. Impossible, Korin materialized beside them, whiskers twitching with agitation. No scion has ever, he stopped, studying Goku intently. Show me. Under the watchful eyes of both masters, Goku demonstrated his new abilities, channeling great ape energy into his human form, partially transforming specific body parts, and explaining how he reverted from the full golden great ape state. Extraordinary, Korin murmured. You've compressed transformation energy into a sustainable form. The texts called this state golden essence, a theoretical technique no scion ever mastered. What does it mean? Chi-Chi asked. It means, Roshi answered gravely, that Goku has surpassed what should be possible for his age and experience. Which makes me very concerned about why his power is accelerating so rapidly. Commander Red mentioned something about this, Bulma interjected. He said Goku's transformation was detected by satellites. What if others are aware of it too? Maybe even from, wherever scions come from. The possibility hung heavily in the air. We have more immediate concerns, Krillin reminded them. Red's still out there, searching for a way to release King Piccolo. Roshi's expression darkened. Piccolo? That's impossible. Master Mateto sealed him with the Mafuba technique at the cost of his own life. The container is hidden where no one can find it. Red had ancient scrolls, Goku said. He seemed to know things about my kind fighting Piccolo centuries ago. The texts do speak of a war between demons and golden warriors from the stars, Korin confirmed. But those records are fragmented at best. Chi-Chi stepped forward. My father has ancient libraries in his castle. Some texts date back thousands of years. They might contain information about both scions and this Piccolo. Worth investigating, Roshi nodded. But first, we need to locate Red before he makes his move. Bulma activated her global tracking system. I placed a microscopic tracer on his robe during the confusion. Let's see if it's still active. The screen flickered, displaying a blinking dot moving across a world map. Got him. He's heading toward Yunzabit Heights. The northern wasteland. Roshi frowned. There's nothing there. Except the oldest ruins on Earth, Korin corrected. Ancient structures that predate human civilization. Some believe they were built by entities neither human nor demon. Goku stood, decision made. Then that's where we're going. If Red's looking for another way to free Piccolo, we need to stop him. We leave tomorrow, Rashi announced. All of us. This threat concerns the entire world. That night, unable to sleep, Goku sat on Kame House's roof, staring at the stars. The revelation about his origins had awakened new questions. Somewhere up there was where his people had lived, planet Vegeta, now destroyed. Can't sleep. Chi-Chi's voice came from below as she climbed up to join him. Just thinking. He moved over, making space for her. About where I came from. Who my parents were. She settled beside him, following his gaze upward. Does it bother you? Not knowing. A little. He wrapped his tail around his waist absently. But then I think about Grandpa Gohan, and Master Roshi, and Bulma, and Krillin, and now you. Family doesn't have to be blood. Chi-Chi smiled. My dad always says the same thing. After my mom died, he told me family is whoever loves you enough to fight for you. They sat in comfortable silence for a while, the ocean waves providing peaceful background noise. Can I ask you something? Chi-Chi finally said. What does it feel like? When you transform? Goku considered her question seriously. The regular great ape form feels like drowning in anger and power. Like watching yourself from underwater while someone else controls your body. Sounds terrible. It was, he nodded. But the golden form is different. It's like, becoming more myself, not less. Everything gets clearer, sharper. I'm still me, just, bigger and more powerful. And you can control it because of me? She sounded skeptical. Not exactly. Goku searched for the right words. It's more like, you reminded me of what matters. Protecting people I care about. Having something worth fighting for besides just power. Chi-Chi's hand found his in the darkness. I'm glad I could help. They watched the stars until Chi-Chi eventually dozed off against his shoulder. Goku remained awake, a new determination forming within him. Whatever Red was planning, whatever threats might come from Earth or space, he would be ready. Not just for his own sake, but for everyone who had become his family, including the girls sleeping peacefully beside him. The next morning, their departure preparations were interrupted by an unexpected visitor. A small plane landed on the beach, and out stepped a tall man with an eye patch, but not Commander Red. General Black. Bulma recognized him immediately, reaching for her capsule case. The former Red Ribbon officer raised his hands in surrender. I come alone and unarmed. Why should we trust you? Krillin demanded. Because I no longer serve Commander Red. Black's face was grim. What he's become, what he's planning, it goes beyond military ambition. It's madness. Goku stepped forward, studying the man carefully. You're afraid of him. With good reason. Black reached slowly into his jacket, pulling out a data drive. This contains everything I could salvage from our research division. Information about Science, about Piccolo, and about Red's true plan. Bulma accepted the drive cautiously. What made you turn against him? Black's expression darkened. Red has always been obsessed with power, but this is different. The scrolls changed him. He's not seeking to control Piccolo, he's planning to merge with him. Merge? Master Roshi's eyes widened behind his sunglasses. That's not possible. According to the ancient texts, it is, with the right catalyst. Black looked directly at Goku. Golden Scion blood was Plan A. But there's a Plan B involving the Dragon Balls and an ancient artifact hidden in Yunzabit Heights. The Dragon Stone, Korin whispered. What's a Dragon Stone? Chi-Chi asked. A crystallized fragment of the original dragon that created the Dragon Balls, Korin explained. Legend says it can amplify their power, or corrupt it. Bulma connected the drive to her computer, scanning its contents. It's all here. Scion biology, transformation triggers, ancient history, and the ritual Red is planning. She looked up, face pale. He's going to use the Dragon Stone to wish himself merged with Piccolo's power without freeing Piccolo himself. Can he do that? Krillin asked. Theoretically, Korin confirmed. The Dragon Balls operate on specific mystical principles. With the right amplification and phrasing. How many Dragon Balls does he have? Goku asked Black. 2. The 3-star and 5-star. Bulma checked her radar. And we have the 7-star and 4-star. That leaves 3 still out there. Then we split up, Rashi decided. One team heads to Yunzabit Heights to stop Red. The other tracks down the remaining Dragon Balls before his agents find them. I'll go after Red, Goku volunteered immediately. I can handle him. Not alone, Chi-Chi insisted. I'm coming with you. Rashi nodded. Goku and Chi-Chi will pursue Red. Bulma, Krillin and I will gather the remaining Dragon Balls. He turned to Black. Will you help us? The general straightened. It's why I came. Can we trust him? Krillin whispered. No, Goku answered, loud enough for Black to hear. But we'll know if he betrays us. His eyes flashed golden momentarily. Won't we, General? Black swallowed nervously. I seek redemption, not further condemnation. With plans made and supplies gathered, the group prepared to separate. Bulma programmed the locations of the remaining Dragon Balls into 2 separate radars. The nearest one to Yunzabit is in North City, she told Goku. If you can get it on your way, that would help. Goku nodded, securing the radar. He'd matured noticeably over the past months, his childish demeanor giving way to focused determination when needed. Be careful, Rashi warned as Nimbus descended for Goku and Chi-Chi. Red is dangerous, especially with the knowledge he's acquired. We will be, Goku promised. Meet back here in 3 days. 3 days, Bulma confirmed. And Goku? Try not to level any mountains this time. He grinned, some of his old lightheartedness returning. No promises. As Nimbus carried them northward, Chi-Chi studied Goku's profile against the clouds. You're different when you're on a mission. More serious. Really? He seemed surprised. I don't feel different. It's a good different, she assured him. Like you know exactly who you are and what you need to do. Goku considered this. I guess that's how I feel when I'm protecting people. Like everything gets simpler. Chi-Chi smiled. My dad would like you even more now. You think? Goku perked up. Definitely. She adjusted her position on Nimbus, enjoying the wind in her hair. He always wanted me to find someone strong who could protect our kingdom someday. Goku nearly fell off the cloud. Find someone. Like, a husband. Chi-Chi's face turned bright red. I didn't mean. That's not what I was saying. They both stared in opposite directions, embarrassment hanging between them until Goku finally broke the tension. Would that be so bad? He asked quietly. Someday, I mean. Not now. Chi-Chi's embarrassment softened into a smile. No. Not bad at all. North City emerged through the clouds, its skyline dominated by Capsule Corporation's northern headquarters. But as they approached, smoke rose from several buildings. Something's wrong, Goku frowned, directing Nimbus lower. The streets were chaos, people running, vehicles abandoned. Military cordons blocked major intersections as soldiers directed evacuation efforts. They landed near a police barricade. An officer approached immediately. You kids need to evacuate. The whole downtown is being cleared. What happened? Chi-Chi asked. Some pink-clothed maniac attacked the museum an hour ago, the officer explained. Killed the guards and stole an artifact. When the military responded, The man's voice faltered. He killed 20 soldiers with his bare hands. Mercenary Tao, Goku realized. He's working for Red again. The museum, Chi-Chi turned to Goku. The Dragon Ball might have been there too. Checking the radar confirmed her suspicion, the signal was moving rapidly away from the city. We need to follow him, Goku decided. He'll lead us to Red. They soared above the city on Nimbus, following the radar signal northeast, directly toward Yunzabit Heights. I don't understand, Chi-Chi said as freezing winds buffeted them. Why would Red send his best assassin for a museum piece when he's after Dragon Balls? Because it wasn't just any artifact, Goku realized. It must be the Dragon Stone. The landscape below changed dramatically, lush forests giving way to barren plains, then rocky tundra. Yunzabit Heights loomed ahead, a wasteland of wind-carved stone and ancient formations. Look! Chi-Chi pointed to a massive structure unlike anything naturally occurring. Geometric shapes of impossible smoothness formed what appeared to be ruins of a colossal building, or perhaps a vessel. That's not human architecture, Goku observed as they descended. It feels familiar somehow. They landed at the structure's edge, the radar indicating the Dragon Ball signal had stopped moving within the ruins. We need to be careful, Chi-Chi whispered, securing her combat gear. If both Red and Tao are in there. Goku nodded, extending his senses outward. I feel 3 energy signatures. Red, Tao, and someone else, someone powerful but fading. They moved silently through the ruins, passages opening into enormous chambers filled with technology unlike anything on Earth. Strange symbols covered walls made of material that seemed to absorb light rather than reflect it. These markings, Chi-Chi traced one carefully. They look similar to the ones on that device from your pod, the one Bulma couldn't decode. Goku stared at the symbols, a strange recognition stirring within him. There's Scion, he realized. This was built by my people. What were Scions doing on Earth thousands of years ago? Before Goku could answer, voices echoed from a chamber ahead. They pressed against the wall, listening. The alignment is perfect, Red's voice carried clearly. With the Dragon Stone in place and the Dragon Balls positioned correctly, we need only speak the wish. You promised payment upon delivery, Mercenary Tao's cold voice responded. The stone and Dragon Ball are yours. My fee? Of course. General Silver, pay the man. A third voice, weak, pained. Yes. Commander. The sound of a body collapsing followed. What is this? Tao's voice hardened. Your payment is the honor of contributing to a new world order, Red replied. Your life force will accelerate the Dragonstone's awakening nicely. Chi-Chi clutched Goku's arm as sounds of combat erupted from the chamber. Despite Tao's legendary skills, his shouts of effort gave way to a gurgling cry, then silence. 2 life forces to prime the stone, Red's voice was eerily calm. Now for the incantation. Goku had heard enough. He stepped into the chamber, Chi-Chi right beside him. The scene before them was grotesque. Silver and Tao lay crumpled on the floor, their bodies desiccated as if life had been drained from them. Red stood before a crystalline altar where a glowing green stone pulsed with energy. 3 Dragon Balls, the ones he'd collected plus the one Tao had stolen, orbited slowly around the stone. Ah, son Goku. Red didn't seem surprised. And the princess? Right on schedule. This ends now, Red, Goku's eyes narrowed, flashing golden. Oh no, dear boy. Red smiled, his appearance more disturbing than ever. Veins of green energy crawled beneath his skin, and his remaining eye glowed with unnatural light. This is just beginning. He raised his arms, and the Dragonstone pulsed brighter. With this ancient Scion technology and Earth's mystical Dragon Balls, I will achieve what your ancestors tried to prevent millennia ago. What are you talking about? Chi-Chi demanded. Your Scion friends didn't come to Earth to conquer, child. Red gestured to the ruins around them. They came as guardians, to imprison a threat too powerful to destroy. King Piccolo was merely a fragment of that threat, a demon spawn left behind when they sealed the greater evil. You're lying, Goku stepped forward. Saiyans are conquerors. Everyone said so. Everyone was wrong, Red laughed. Or rather, the Saiyans became conquerors later. But their original purpose, your original purpose, Goku, was protection. The Golden Great Ape wasn't just a transformation. It was a divine guardian form, meant to battle cosmic threats. Despite himself, Goku hesitated. The explanation resonated with something deep inside him, some genetic memory awakened by the ultra-divine water. Don't listen to him, Chi-Chi warned. He's stalling. Red's smile widened. Smart girl. But too late. He slammed his hands onto the altar. Eternal Dragon, by your name, I summon you forth, Shenron. The Dragon Balls glowed, but instead of the sky darkening as usual, the light was absorbed by the Dragon Stone, which shattered, releasing a torrent of energy that enveloped Red. I wish to possess the powers of the Demon King without releasing his prison. The energy vortex intensified, lifting Red from the ground. His body contorted, muscles bulging, skin taking on a greenish hue. A bestial roar escaped his lips as his form expanded, clothing tearing as he grew to twice his original size. We have to stop him. Goku charged forward, but an energy barrier repelled him. The wish is granted, a voice like Shenron's but distorted echoed through the chamber. The power is yours, but the prison weakens. Two sides of one coin. Red crashed back to the floor, transformation complete. Where the small, one-eyed commander had stood, a muscular green-skinned being now rose to its full height. Red's facial features remained recognizable, but altered, more angular, with pointed ears and fangs. At last, Red Piccolo's voice was a disturbing blend of both entities. Power beyond imagination. He flexed one hand, and the altar shattered without him touching it. Goku pushed Chi-Chi behind him. Run. Get back to Nimbus and find the others. I'm not leaving you, she protested. This isn't a normal fight, Goku's tail unwrapped, signaling his readiness to transform. If anything happens to me, they need to know what Red did. The hybrid creature laughed. So noble, little Saiyan. Just like your ancestors. He gestured, and a section of wall glowed, revealing ancient images, golden great apes fighting alongside humans against a massive demonic entity. See the truth, boy. Saiyans were Earth's protectors before they became planet pirates. Your transformation isn't a curse, it's your birthright as a guardian. If that's true, Goku countered, then I'll use it to stop you. He focused on the moon outside, letting transformation energy flow through him. His body expanded rapidly, first sprouting golden from the start as he embraced the change fully. The golden great ape towered in the massive chamber, eyes locked on Red Piccolo. Chi-Chi, go, he rumbled. Reluctantly, she backed toward the exit. I'll bring help. The hybrid creature watched her leave, then turned to Goku with a sinister smile. Alone at last, Guardian. Let's see if you live up to your heritage. He launched himself at the golden great ape with impossible speed. Despite Goku's enhanced reflexes, Red Piccolo slipped past his defenses, landing a punch that sent the massive ape crashing into a wall. Disappointing, Red Piccolo taunted. The legend spoke so highly of your kind. Goku roared, recovering quickly. This time he anticipated the speed, using his enormous tail as a secondary weapon. When Red Piccolo darted in, the tail swept around, catching him mid-leap and slamming him into the floor. Better, the hybrid acknowledged, climbing from the impact crater. But not good enough. He raised one hand, firing a beam of concentrated energy that pierced the golden great ape's shoulder. Goku howled in pain but remained standing. You have power but lack technique, Red Piccolo observed. Let me demonstrate proper application of force. What followed was a brutal lesson. Despite Goku's massive size advantage, Red Piccolo's combination of Piccolo's techniques and Red's tactical mind proved devastating. Each exchange left the Golden Great Ape more battered, golden fur stained with blood. "You're losing, Guardian," Red Piccolo laughed, hovering at eye level. "Perhaps I should find your little princess and show her what real power looks like." The taunt struck deeper than any physical blow. Goku's golden aura flared brighter, eyes narrowing with focus rather than rage. "You won't touch her," he growled, and something changed in his stance, his energy. The compressed power technique he developed in human form, what if it worked in reverse? Instead of compressing great ape energy into human form, what if he compressed his human consciousness and technique into great ape power? He closed his eyes briefly, centering himself as Master Roshi had taught him. When they opened, a new awareness shone in them. "Round 2, the Golden Great Ape announced, dropping into a perfect turtle school fighting stance, scaled up to his massive size. Red Piccolo's smile faltered. "What are you?" He didn't finish the question before Goku moved, not with blind great ape strength, but with precisely applied martial arts technique, magnified by his transformation's power. A massive fist struck with the perfect angle and timing of Roshi's teaching, catching Red Piccolo completely by surprise. The hybrid creature crashed through multiple walls before stabilizing. He wiped green blood from his mouth, expression darkening. "Clever monkey. But I'm still stronger." He gathered energy between his palms, forming a sphere of destructive power. "Die." The blast rocketed toward Goku, who didn't dodge. Instead, he cupped his hands at his side, mimicking Roshi's technique. "Ka. Me. Ha. Me. Ha." The energy wave that erupted from the Golden Great Ape's hands dwarfed any Kamehameha ever performed. It engulfed Red Piccolo's attack, continuing onward to strike the hybrid directly. When the light faded, Red Piccolo remained, injured but standing, his body smoking from the impact. "Impressive," he coughed, regenerative abilities already healing the damage. "But futile. Every moment my power grows as Piccolo's essence integrates further with mine." Goku realized he was right. Each exchange took more from him while Red Piccolo grew stronger. He needed to end this quickly. An idea formed, dangerous, potentially suicidal, but possibly their only chance. He needed to get Red Piccolo away from Earth, away from Chi-Chi and his friends. The ancient Scion structure around them, was it truly a building or something else? Goku examined the controls near what appeared to be a central command area. The symbols, incomprehensible to humans, made perfect sense to him now. "Running away?" Red Piccolo taunted, seeing Goku move toward the controls. "No," the Golden Great Ape replied. "Taking you for a ride." His massive fingers, surprisingly dexterous in this controlled state, activated a sequence. The entire structure trembled as ancient engines roared to life. "What have you done?" Red Piccolo demanded as the floor beneath them vibrated. "This isn't a building." Goku maintained his position at the controls. "It's a ship. My ancestor's ship." Red Piccolo lunged toward him, but automated defense systems activated, energy barriers separating them as the ship's launch sequence engaged. "You'll die too." Red Piccolo pounded against the barrier. "Maybe." The Golden Great Ape's expression was resolute. "But Earth will be safe." Outside, Chi-Chi watched in horror as the ruins transformed, mechanical components shifting as the massive structure revealed its true nature, a spacecraft the size of a small city. Engines ignited, scorching the barren landscape as it prepared to lift off. "Goku," she screamed, running toward it futilely. Inside, warning klaxons blared as the ancient vessel struggled to overcome millennia of inactivity. Systems failed and rerouted as the ship shuddered, barely maintaining integrity. Red Piccolo abandoned his assault on the barrier, instead attacking the ship itself. "I will not be removed from my destined conquest." The Golden Great Ape worked frantically at the controls, diverting power to essential systems while trying to maintain the defensive barriers. If Red Piccolo breached the hull before launch. A familiar voice came through a newly activated communication system. Goku. Can you hear me? Bulma, he responded, surprised. Chi-Chi contacted us. Listen carefully, you don't need to sacrifice yourself. The ship has emergency teleportation technology. Look for the crystal panel marked with a spiral symbol. Goku spotted it immediately. Found it. That's the emergency return system. It can teleport the pilot back to the launch point, but only the pilot. Hope surged through him. What about Red Piccolo? Once the ship clears atmosphere, set the self-destruct sequence. It's the red crystal with 3 lines beneath it. The ship lurched upward, breaking free from the ground with a deafening roar. G-forces would have crushed a human, but the golden great ape stood firm at the controls. Red Piccolo had breached the outer hull, alarms blaring as atmosphere vented into space. He fought against the decompression, clawing his way toward the command center. Hurry, Goku. Bulma's voice urged. You're clearing atmosphere. The blackness of space appeared through viewport screens as the ancient vessel broke free from Earth's gravity. Red Piccolo had reached the final barrier, his fists creating spiderweb cracks in the energy field. Goku located the self-destruct crystal, then hesitated. If I leave him here, could he survive the explosion and return to Earth? Unlikely, Bulma answered. But to be sure, you need to weaken him first. The barrier shattered, Red Piccolo launching himself at Goku with a roar of triumph. You've failed, Guardian. This ship will become my chariot of conquest. The golden great ape met him head-on, both combatants crashing through equipment in the weightless environment of space. Free from gravity's constraints, Goku's massive form moved with surprising agility. You forget something important about space, Red, Goku growled as they grappled. What's that? The hybrid snarled. No oxygen. With that, Goku slammed his fist against an emergency panel, blowing the remaining atmosphere into space. Red Piccolo gasped, his human half requiring air despite Piccolo's demonic resilience. The sudden decompression threw him away from Goku, who anchored himself to the command console. Taking advantage of the momentary weakness, the golden great ape unleashed a barrage of attacks, each precisely targeted at vulnerable points Rashi had taught him. Despite his massive size, each strike demonstrated perfect technique. Red Piccolo weakened visibly, the green skin paling as oxygen deprivation affected his hybrid physiology. He fought desperately, but each exchange left him more damaged. Now, Goku. Bulma's voice urged. Set the self-destruct and teleport. With one massive hand, Goku activated the self-destruct crystal, which pulsed ominously red. Warning symbols flashed across all screens as the ship's core began an overload sequence. Red Piccolo realized what was happening. No, he lunged for the crystal panel. Too late. Goku's free hand reached for the teleportation control. It's over. But before his fingers touched the crystal, Red Piccolo's desperate attack struck home. Clawed fingers sank into the golden great ape's chest, drawing a roar of pain. If I die, you die with me, the hybrid snarled, voice distorted in the vacuum. Blood, golden and luminous, floated in globules around them as Goku struggled to reach the teleport crystal. Red Piccolo clung to him, preventing him from activating the escape sequence. The countdown flashed on screens around them, 30 seconds to core breach. In desperation, Goku did the unexpected, he began to shrink, reverting from golden great ape to human form. The sudden change surprised Red Piccolo, whose grip was designed to hold the massive ape, not a small boy. Goku slipped free, his human form retaining a golden aura as he somersaulted toward the crystal panel. Red Piccolo realized his mistake too late, launching after him. 20 seconds. Goku's hand slammed onto the teleport crystal. Energy surrounded him, beginning the transmission process. Red Piccolo's clawed hand grabbed his ankle, disrupting the field. You're not escaping. 10 seconds. Trapped in a partially formed teleport field, Goku made a decision. He focused golden great ape energy into his leg, causing it to transform while the rest of his body remained human. The sudden expansion broke Red Piccolo's grip, sending him tumbling away from the teleport field. 5 seconds. The last thing Goku saw was Red Piccolo's face, a mixture of Red's calculating hatred and Piccolo's ancient malevolence, as the teleport field fully engaged. 1 second. Blinding light enveloped him as consciousness faded. Chi-Chi hadn't moved from the launch site, despite Bulma's attempts to pull her to safety. She stood at the exact spot where the ancient ship had risen, eyes fixed on the sky where it had vanished. "He's coming back," she whispered repeatedly. "He promised." Bulma, Krillin, Master Roshi, and Korin maintained a silent vigil beside her. They had arrived too late to stop the launch, but Bulma's quick thinking had established communication with the ship's ancient systems. Now, all they could do was wait. "The ship has self-destructed," Korin announced suddenly, whiskers twitching. "I sensed the energy wave from orbit." Chi-Chi's face crumpled. "No. Wait." Master Roshi pointed to a gathering energy directly above them. "Something's happening." The air shimmered, molecules disassociating and reassembling as the teleport field materialized. A flash of golden light deposited a small figure that collapsed immediately to the ground. Goku. Chi-Chi ran forward, reaching him first. He lay unconscious, body battered but alive. Golden energy still flickered across his skin, slowly fading back to normal. "Is he?" Krillin couldn't finish the question. Bulma checked vital signs. "He's alive. Injured but stable." Chi-Chi cradled his head gently. "You came back." As if hearing her voice, Goku's eyes fluttered open, normal black again, not golden. "Chi-Chi," he mumbled. "Did we win?" "Red Piccolo?" Master Roshi asked urgently. "Gone." Goku managed a weak smile. "The ship exploded with him on it. I saw it just before the teleport completed." Relief washed over the group. Bulma helped Goku sit up, examining his injuries. "You need medical attention, but nothing seems life-threatening." "How did you escape?" Krillin asked. "We thought you were going to sacrifice yourself." "Partial transformation," Goku explained tiredly. "I changed back to human to slip away, but he grabbed me during teleport. So I just transformed my leg to break free." Korin's eyes widened. "Selective transformation of individual body parts. That's unheard of." "It worked, though." Goku winced as he tried to stand. Chi-Chi and Bulma supported him on either side. "Let's get you home," Chi-Chi said softly. "You need rest." As they helped him toward Bulma's aircraft, Goku paused, looking back at where the ship had been. "I saw things up there, images, records. Scions really were guardians once, before something changed them." "We can explore that another time," Master Roshi advised. "For now, healing is your priority." Goku nodded, leaning heavily on Chi-Chi. "I'm just glad to be back." "Me too," she whispered, so only he could hear. "Me too." 2 weeks later, Kame House hosted a celebration. Goku's injuries had healed remarkably fast, another scion trait they were discovering, and the world remained blissfully unaware of how close it had come to destruction. Chi-Chi had stayed throughout Goku's recovery, her presence seeming to accelerate his healing. The connection between them had deepened, evolving beyond the initial spark into something neither fully understood but both cherished. "So what now?" Bulma asked as they gathered on the beach, watching the sunset. "Back to hunting Dragon Balls." "Eventually," Goku nodded. "But first, I want to understand more about where I came from." The ship had records about Scion history, about why they were on Earth, and what changed them from guardians to conquerors. "And how to prevent anyone else from trying to release King Piccolo," Master Roshi added. "Even with Red gone, the knowledge he uncovered still exists." Chi-Chi sat beside Goku, their hands naturally finding each other. My father's agreed to open the ancient archives at his castle. There might be more information there. Sounds like our next adventure, Krillin grinned. From Dragon Ball hunters to ancient historians. Speaking of Dragon Balls, Bulma produced the 4 they'd collected. What should we do with these? Keep them safe, Korin advised. After what Red attempted, we need to ensure they don't fall into the wrong hands again. Goku nodded, the 4-star ball, his grandfather's treasure, gleaming in the fading light. We'll protect them. Together. As night fell and stars appeared overhead, Goku found himself wondering if other Saiyans might have survived their planet's destruction. If they had, would they come as conquerors or guardians? And would he be ready to face them either way? Chi-Chi squeezed his hand, sensing his thoughts. Whatever comes next, you won't face it alone. Goku smiled, drawing strength from her words and the presence of friends who had become family. His tail wrapped comfortably around his waist as he looked toward the stars, not with apprehension, but with curiosity and determination. The golden great ape was just one step in his journey. Whatever came next, he would face it head-on, protecting the world that had become his home and the people who had become his heart. I'm ready, he said simply, both to Chi-Chi and to whatever destiny awaited beyond the stars. Chapter 3, Heart of the Golden Guardian. The ancient scrolls spread across the table painted a clear picture. Goku traced his finger over illustrations of golden warriors battling demonic forces thousands of years ago. Chi-Chi sat beside him, carefully translating symbols from a language long forgotten by most scholars. So the Saiyans were originally sent as protectors, Goku muttered, tail swishing thoughtfully behind him. Not conquerors. According to these records, they were chosen specifically because of the great ape transformation, Chi-Chi confirmed, brushing a strand of hair from her face. The golden state was considered divine, a perfect counter to demonic energy. 3 months had passed since the battle with Red Piccolo, and they'd spent most of that time in the Ox King's massive library. The castle, perched on Fire Mountain, housed one of Earth's largest collections of ancient texts. Bulma burst into the room, waving a data pad. Got it. I finally decoded more of the data from the Scion ship's records. Her eyes glinted with excitement. You're not going to believe this. Krillin looked up from his own stack of scrolls. Please tell me it explains why Goku eats enough for 10 people. Better. Bulma set down her pad. It explains why the Scions changed from guardians to planet pirates. They were corrupted. Corrupted? Goku straightened. By what? By whom? Bulma corrected. Some entity called Cold. The records describe a being who recognized the Scion's potential and systematically broke their guardian programming through generations of influence. The Ox King entered, his massive frame filling the doorway. Despite his intimidating size, his expression was gentle as he regarded the young researchers. Sounds like the legends of the Frost Demons, he rumbled, setting down a tray of snacks that Goku immediately attacked. Ancient beings who fed on conflict and conquest. Chi-Chi nodded. That matches what we found in the Eastern Scrolls, Dad. They describe warriors from the stars being turned against their nature by those who bring the cold. Master Roshi, who'd been meditating by the window, opened one eye. More importantly, did you find anything about King Piccolo's origins? Even with Red gone, the Demon King remains imprisoned, not destroyed. Nothing specific, Chi-Chi admitted. Just references to the Nameless One, who spawned lesser demons to weaken Earth's defenses before his arrival. Nameless One. The familiar voice of Korin came from the windowsill as the cat guardian appeared. That's not King Piccolo. That's something far worse, something Piccolo himself was merely a fragment of. Goku swallowed his mouthful of food. You mean there's something stronger than Piccolo out there? Not out there, Korin corrected grimly. In here. He tapped a paw against the floor. Sealed deep within Earth by the original Guardian and the Scion Protectors. King Piccolo was merely a piece that escaped the binding. The room fell silent as the implications sank in. And Red knew this, Bulma realized. That's why he wanted to merge with Piccolo's power without releasing him fully. He was trying to access the greater demon through the fragment. But we stopped him, Krillin said confidently. Red Piccolo is space dust now. Korin's whiskers twitched. Perhaps. But something troubles me. If Red truly died in that explosion, why are Dragon Balls still disappearing? Goku's head snapped up. What? 3 more have vanished since your battle, Korin explained. Not taken by force, but quietly collected by someone with knowledge of their whereabouts. Could Red have survived? Chi-Chi asked, unconsciously moving closer to Goku. Impossible, Bulma shook her head. I monitored the ship's destruction. Nothing could have survived that blast, especially in the vacuum of space. Unless. Goku's expression darkened. Unless he found a way to transfer his consciousness before the explosion. Master Roshi nodded slowly. Piccolo was known to use such techniques. His essence could inhabit new vessels if necessary. We need to find those Dragon Balls, Goku decided, standing up. Before whoever's collecting them gets all 7. The Ox King placed a massive hand on his shoulder. You'll need help. My sources report unusual activity at the former Red Ribbon headquarters. Someone has rebuilt their operation. General Black. Krillin suggested. Unlikely, Bulma countered. He's been working with my father at Capsule Corp for months, helping develop countermeasures against potential alien threats. Whatever it is, I'm going to check it out. Goku's eyes flickered golden momentarily, a new ability he'd developed since mastering his transformations. If Red somehow survived, I'll finish what I started. Chi-Chi stood beside him. We'll finish it. I'm coming too. No arguments here, Goku grinned at her. Their partnership had grown stronger through months of training together. Chi-Chi's fighting skills complemented his raw power perfectly. I've modified the Dragon Radar to track energy signatures similar to Red Piccolo's, Bulma added. If he's out there in any form, we'll find him. Master Roshi stroked his beard. Don't underestimate your enemy, Goku. If Red has returned, he'll have learned from his defeat. So have I, Goku replied with quiet confidence. 3 months of studying Saiyan heritage had changed him. Though still the same kind-hearted boy at his core, he carried himself differently, more aware of his role as Earth's protector, more deliberate in his actions. We leave at dawn, the Ox King announced. My royal guard will accompany you to the Red Ribbon site. And I'll monitor from Capsule Corp headquarters, Bulma said. General Black can provide tactical information about any remaining Red Ribbon operations. As the others discussed plans, Goku slipped outside to the castle balcony. The night sky stretched endlessly above him, stars glittering against the darkness. Somewhere out there was the remains of his homeworld, planet Vegeta. Penny for your thoughts. Chi-Chi joined him, leaning against the stone railing. Just thinking about everything, Goku admitted. A year ago, I was just a kid living in the mountains, hunting for dinner. Now I'm a golden space monkey warrior destined to protect Earth from ancient demons. Chi-Chi supplied with a smirk. Goku laughed. Yeah, that. They stood in comfortable silence for a moment, shoulders touching. Does it scare you? Chi-Chi finally asked. Learning what you were meant to be? Goku considered the question seriously. Not scared exactly. But it's a lot to live up to. He turned to face her. What scares me more is what happens to everyone else if I fail. Chi-Chi took his hand, her expression softening. You won't fail. And even if things get tough, you're not alone in this. The simple touch grounded him, a reminder of what he was fighting for. In the months since meeting Chi-Chi, she'd become more than just a friend. Her strength, intelligence, and unwavering support had become essential to him. Thanks, he smiled, squeezing her hand. For everything. Chi-Chi blushed slightly. Just doing my part as the future wife of the world's strongest fighter. Goku's eyes widened. Future what now? Oh please, Chi-Chi rolled her eyes. Don't act surprised. We both know where this is headed. Instead of panic, Goku felt a strange warmth spread through him. Yeah, he admitted. I guess we do. The moment was interrupted by a piercing alarm from inside the castle. They rushed back to find Bulma staring at her radar in horror. What's wrong? Goku demanded. All the Dragon Balls, she whispered. They're active. Someone's made a wish. The scene at the former Red Ribbon headquarters was eerily quiet. Goku, Chi-Chi, and Krillin approached cautiously, accompanied by 4 of the Ox King's elite guards. The complex had been rebuilt, but showed no signs of the military activity that once defined it. This doesn't make sense, Krillin whispered. If they're operational again, where are the guards? The patrols? It feels like a trap, one of the Ox guards muttered, hand on his weapon. Goku closed his eyes, extending his senses. There's someone inside. Just one person, but their energy feels wrong. Fractured. Red? Chi-Chi asked. I can't tell, Goku admitted. It's similar but different. Like echoes of multiple people inside one body. They advanced toward the main building, a sleek, modern structure that had replaced the military-style compound. No alarm sounded as they entered through unlocked doors. Inside, laboratory equipment filled cavernous rooms. Screens displayed data about Dragon Balls, Scion biology, and transformation energy. In the center of the main lab, a cylindrical tank bubbled with greenish liquid. Look, Chi-Chi pointed to a display showing all 7 Dragon Balls, now scattered across the world after a wish had been granted. They were definitely used. But for what? Krillin wondered. Regeneration, a voice answered from the shadows. They spun to face the speaker, a figure emerging from darkness into the lab's harsh lighting. At first glance, he appeared to be Commander Red, but grotesquely altered. His body seemed composed of mismatched parts, some human, some green and scaled like Piccolo's, others mechanical. Red, Goku growled, tail unwrapping from his waist instinctively. What remains of him, the figure corrected. Along with fragments of Piccolo's power, and something new. The face split into an unnatural smile. You may call me Commander Black. That's impossible, Krillin stepped back. General Black is at Capsule Corp. General Black is, the creature agreed. Commander Black is something else entirely, a new entity born from the ashes of Red Piccolo's consciousness, merged with the failing body of Colonel Black, who so conveniently reformed after my defeat. Goku's fists clenched. You transferred your consciousness before the ship exploded. A technique Piccolo's essence taught me, Black confirmed. Though the transfer was imperfect. Hence my current state. He gestured to his patchwork body. The Dragon Balls helped stabilize the merger, but I required more than a simple wish could provide. What did you wish for? Chi-Chi demanded. Black smiled again. Knowledge. Specifically, the complete knowledge of ancient Namekian regeneration techniques. He tapped the tank behind him. Soon, this temporary form will be replaced by something far more perfect. Namekian? Krillin whispered. What's that? The race that spawned Piccolo, Black explained. A species with remarkable regenerative abilities, and the original creators of the Dragon Balls. Goku stepped forward. Whatever you're planning stops now. I think not. Black snapped his fingers, and hidden panels in the walls slid open, revealing dozens of mechanical devices hovering on anti-gravity units. My new guardians will keep you occupied. The machines activated simultaneously, energy weapons charging as they surrounded the intruders. Battle drones, one of the Ox guards recognized. Capsule Corp prototypes. Modified significantly, Black added. With special programming for dealing with psion threats. The drones attacked without warning. Energy beams crisscrossed the lab as the group scattered for cover. The Ox guards returned fire with energy weapons of their own, but their shots bounced harmlessly off the drone's shields. They're too well protected. Krillin shouted, dodging a barrage. Goku didn't waste time with words. His eyes flashed golden as he channeled great ape energy into his human form. Enhanced strength and speed allowed him to move between energy beams, smashing drones with precisely aimed punches. Chi-Chi fought alongside him, her martial arts training making her nearly as effective against the mechanical enemies. While lacking Goku's raw power, her technique was flawless, targeting vulnerable joints and sensor arrays. Impressive teamwork, Black observed from behind an energy shield. But futile. He pressed a control on his wrist, and the remaining drones changed tactics. Instead of attacking randomly, they coordinated, herding the fighters into a tightening circle. Goku! Krillin called out. They're boxing us in. I see it. Goku's tail lashed behind him as he analyzed the pattern. On my mark, everyone dropped to the ground. 3, 2, 1, down. As the others flattened themselves, Goku spun in a complete circle, his tail charged with great ape energy. The powerful appendage swept through the drone's formation, shattering their synchronized pattern and destroying several outright. Now, he shouted. Counterattack. Chi-Chi launched herself at the disrupted drones, disabling 3 in rapid succession with precision strikes to their control modules. Krillin followed her lead, his turtle school training evident in each focused blow. Black watched with scientific detachment. Subject demonstrates tactical leadership and controlled application of transformation energy. Fascinating. While the battle raged, he moved toward the regeneration tank, typing commands into a console. The liquid inside bubbled more vigorously as a countdown appeared on the screen. Goku! Chi-Chi called out, noticing Black's actions. He's activating something. Goku smashed the last drone blocking his path and charged toward Black. The hybrid creature turned, raising a hand that glowed with green energy. Not another step, Scion, Black warned. This facility houses enough explosives to level the mountain range. One wrong move, and everyone dies. Goku halted, golden energy still flickering around him. What are you really after, Black? Not just a new body. Perceptive. Black lowered his hand slightly. I seek what was denied me in our last encounter, the full power of the Nameless One that King Piccolo merely sampled. The greater demon, Chi-Chi realized, joining Goku. The one sealed beneath earth. Precisely. Black's mismatched eyes gleamed. Red sought Piccolo's power as a shortcut to domination. I understand the greater truth, the Nameless One isn't just a demon, but a gateway to power beyond imagination. You're insane, Krillin said, helping an injured Ox guard to his feet. You nearly destroyed yourself merging with just a fragment of Piccolo. A mistake of preparation, Black dismissed. This time, I have the proper vessel. He gestured to the tank. Genetically engineered from Piccolo's cells, human DNA, and Scion blood samples collected during our previous encounters. Goku's eyes widened. You're creating a hybrid body specifically designed to channel demonic energy. Brilliant, isn't it? Black smiled. The perfect fusion of all 3 races, each chosen for specific attributes. Human adaptability, Scion power, Namekian regeneration. And where exactly do you fit into this? Chi-Chi demanded. Once this thing is complete, what happens to you? I become it, Black stated simply. Or rather, it becomes me, my consciousness transferred into the perfect form. The tank's countdown reached 0. Liquid drained rapidly as mechanical arms extended, attaching monitoring equipment to the figure floating inside. As the glass cylinder retracted, steam obscured their view momentarily. When it cleared, a new being stood before them. Humanoid but clearly not human, its skin was pale green with patches of pink tissue at joints. Height and musculature suggested incredible physical power, while the face held features reminiscent of both Red and Piccolo, yet distinctly its own. Beautiful, isn't it? Black approached his creation reverently. The culmination of everything we've learned about interspecies genetics. The hybrid's eyes remained closed, apparently unconscious despite standing upright. It doesn't look conscious, Krillin observed cautiously. It awaits its guiding intelligence. Black placed a hand on the hybrid's chest. My intelligence. He turned back to Goku, expression calculating. Which brings me to why I allowed your intrusion today. I need one final component, a fresh sample of golden transformation energy. Chi-Chi moved protectively closer to Goku. You're not touching him. My dear princess, Black smiled condescendingly. I don't need to touch him. I merely need to motivate him. With shocking speed, Black produced a small device and fired it at Chi-Chi. She dodged instinctively, but the projectile curved in mid-air, striking her arm. She gasped, collapsing as a dark substance spread from the impact point. Chi-Chi. Goku caught her before she hit the ground. Nanite injection, Black explained casually. Currently destroying her nervous system cell by cell. Painful, but not immediately fatal. I can deactivate them, of course, after you provide what I need. Rage exploded through Goku, his eyes blazing golden. You'll pay for that. Careful, Black warned. Attack me, and she dies instantly. The only cure requires my direct command code. Chi-Chi clutched Goku's arm, fighting through obvious pain. Don't give him what he wants. Goku looked down at her, conflict tearing him apart. The golden energy building within him responded to his emotions, protective love and righteous anger intertwining. What exactly do you want from me? He asked, voice deepening as transformation energy surged. Transform, Black instructed. Become the golden great ape. My collectors will do the rest. Mechanical arms descended from the ceiling, equipped with strange devices aimed at Goku. And if I refuse? Black checked a monitor displaying Chi-Chi's vitals. You have perhaps 5 minutes before the damage becomes irreversible. Choose quickly. Krillin moved toward them. Goku, there has to be another way. There isn't, Goku said quietly, his decision made. Get Chi-Chi out of here as soon as I transform. The energy discharge should give you cover. But, just do it. Goku's voice left no room for argument. He gently transferred Chi-Chi to Krillin's care, then stood to face Black. Release the nanites first, he demanded. Or I'll make sure the transformation destroys this entire facility before your collectors get anything. Black considered, then nodded. A reasonable precaution. He typed a command into his wrist device. There. The nanites are deactivated. They'll break down harmlessly within minutes. Chi-Chi's expression immediately relaxed, the pain visibly receding. It's working, she confirmed weakly. Now fulfill your end, Black instructed. Goku nodded to Krillin, who began backing toward the exit with Chi-Chi. The remaining Ox Guards followed his lead, understanding the unspoken plan. You want golden great ape energy? Goku's voice deepened as fur began sprouting along his arms. Be careful what you wish for. He closed his eyes, drawing on the transformation technique he'd mastered over months of training. Without the full moon as catalyst, the change required intense concentration, but Goku had progressed beyond needing external triggers. His body expanded rapidly, clothes tearing as golden fur covered growing muscles. The laboratory ceiling cracked under pressure as his massive form took shape. Within seconds, the golden great ape stood where the boy had been, head and shoulders punching through to the upper floors. Black watched in scientific fascination as his collectors absorbed the radiating energy. Perfect, he breathed. Absolutely perfect. What he failed to notice was Goku's level of control. Unlike previous transformations, no mindless rage accompanied this change. The golden great ape's eyes remained clear and focused, aware of every detail in the chaotic scene. Krillin seized the opportunity, carrying Chi-Chi toward the exit as ceiling debris created perfect cover. The Ox guards followed, throwing smoke grenades to further obscure their escape. Energy collection at 60%, a computerized voice announced. 80%. Maximum capacity reached. Black turned to his creation, connecting the collectors to ports in the hybrid's chest. Now, the final sequence. The golden great ape watched, seemingly content to let the procedure continue. Black mistook the inaction for resignation. "You see, Goku," he explained, adjusting equipment, "your friend's escape means nothing. Once this transfer completes, my new form will possess powers beyond anything you can imagine. I'll simply track them down afterward." The massive ape's mouth curled into what might have been a smile. "You assume I'm letting you finish." Black glanced up, suddenly nervous. "The collectors are complete. You cannot stop the process now." "I don't need to stop the collectors." The golden great ape's voice rumbled like distant thunder. "I just needed to confirm two things." "What things?" Black backed toward his creation protectively. "First, that Chi-Chi is safely away." The golden eyes narrowed. "Second, that you were stupid enough to put all that energy in one place." Before Black could respond, the great ape's massive hand shot forward, not toward Black, but toward the hybrid body. One enormous finger pressed against the collection ports in its chest. "No!" Black screamed. "You'll destabilize, exactly." Golden energy pulsed from the great ape's fingertip, flowing backward through the collectors into the hybrid. Instead of the controlled transfer Black had designed, raw transformation power flooded the systems. Alarms blared throughout the facility as energy readings spiked beyond safety parameters. The hybrid's body convulsed, unable to process the chaotic influx of power. "You fool!" Black scrambled to disconnect the collectors. "You'll destroy everything." "That's the idea." The golden great ape drew back his fist, smashing control panels systematically. "Your research ends here." Black abandoned the failing equipment, rushing to a terminal. Across the lab. "Contingency protocols initiated," he announced, typing frantically. "If I can't have the vessel, no one will." The hybrid's eyes snapped open, solid red without pupils. Its mouth opened in a silent scream as golden energy fought with something dark and ancient inside it. "What have you done?" Goku demanded, sensing a malevolent presence awakening. "Emergency override." Black's expression was maniacal. "Direct connection to the Nameless One's prison. If I can't channel its power properly, I'll release it entirely." The hybrid rose from its support frame, movements jerky and uncontrolled. Dark energy began seeping from its skin, forming symbols identical to those in the ancient scrolls describing the greater demon's binding. "You're breaking the seal," Goku realized in horror. "You'll release what the original Guardians died to contain." "If I cannot rule," Black snarled, "then the world burns." The golden great ape lunged for the terminal, but too late. Black pressed a final sequence, and the hybrid's body arched backward as something ancient and malevolent poured into it. "Yes." Black's voice rose in triumph. "Come forth, Nameless One. Accept this vessel I've prepared." The hybrid's form bulged grotesquely as competing energies, Scion golden power and ancient demonic essence, fought for dominance. Its skin cracked, dark fluid seeping from fissures as it grew larger, more monstrous. Goku backed away, sensing power beyond anything he'd encountered. "What is that thing?" Black laughed maniacally. "The true form of Earth's oldest enemy. The demon that nearly destroyed your Scion ancestors." The hybrid, now a grotesque fusion of technologies and energies, fixed its gaze on the golden great ape. Its voice, when it spoke, was Black's and something else's simultaneously. Guardian, it hissed. Your kind failed before. You will fail again. It attacked with blinding speed, crossing the lab in an instant. Despite the golden great ape's enormous size advantage, the demon hybrid moved like liquid shadow, striking with corrosive energy that burned even through Goku's golden fur. You're strong, Goku acknowledged, countering with a massive fist that the creature evaded effortlessly. But uncontrolled. The demon hybrid laughed, a sound like breaking glass. I have existed for millennia. You are a child playing with power you cannot comprehend. It launched another assault, this time targeting specific nerve clusters that sent waves of pain through the great ape's body. Goku roared, more in frustration than agony, as he struggled to land effective blows against the smaller, faster opponent. The laboratory crumbled around them as their battle intensified. Goku smashed through walls, trying to lead the fight away from potentially populated areas. The demon hybrid followed, seeming to grow stronger with each passing moment. You cannot win, Guardian, it taunted, voice increasingly less human. Black's consciousness fades. Soon, only I will remain. That's what you think, Goku growled, golden fur blazing brighter. I've been holding back. The golden great ape closed his eyes momentarily, concentrating. When they opened again, they glowed with intensified purpose. His movements, previously hampered by size and bulk, became fluid and precise. Impossible, the demon hissed. No great ape has such control. I'm not just any great ape. Goku moved with newfound speed, combining the raw power of his transformation with the martial arts technique he perfected in human form. For the first time, uncertainty flashed across the hybrid's face. It adjusted tactics, creating distance to launch energy attacks rather than engaging directly. Interesting, it observed. You've achieved something your ancestors could not. Integration of consciousness with primal power. Goku pressed his advantage, forcing the creature to defend rather than attack. What do you know about my ancestors? I fought them, the demon smiled coldly. Devoured many. They sealed me at great cost, the last act of the Guardian Scions before the Cold Ones corrupted what remained of their race. Their battle carried them miles from the laboratory, into uninhabited mountain ranges where Goku could fight without endangering others. With each exchange, he learned more about his opponent's patterns, adapting his strategy accordingly. The demon seemed to realize this, growing increasingly desperate in its attacks. Your learning curve is remarkable, it admitted. But futile. This vessel may be imperfect, but it grows stronger as it adapts to my essence. True to its words, the hybrid body was evolving visibly, bulking with new muscle, developing armored plates, becoming more formidable by the minute. Goku needed to end this quickly. He sought an opening, some weakness in the creature's defense or structure. As they fought across a barren plateau, he noticed something: the collection ports in the hybrid's chest still leaked golden energy when it exerted itself. You're losing power, Goku realized. The golden energy is fighting your control from within. The demon snarled. A temporary condition. Once this vessel fully acclimates, it won't, Goku interrupted. Because Saiyan energy and demonic essence are natural opposites. That's why my ancestors were chosen as guardians. For the first time, uncertainty showed in the demon's expression. It attacked with renewed ferocity, as if trying to end the fight before Goku could exploit this weakness. Their clash shattered the plateau, sending boulder-sized fragments flying for miles. The golden great ape weathered the assault, focusing on the target point, the unstable energy ports in the hybrid's chest. Your knowledge is incomplete, the demon growled between strikes. The Guardian Scions required something you lack, the divine catalyst that allowed them to transcend the golden great ape form. Goku paused momentarily. Transcend. The demon laughed, seizing the opening to land a devastating blow that staggered the golden great ape. You didn't know. The great ape was merely their intermediate state. Their true power came afterward, when the bestial form was compressed into humanoid shape. The information resonated with something Goku had felt since mastering his transformation, a sense that another level existed beyond his current abilities. He'd compressed great ape power into his human form before, but never attempted it with the golden state. "Thanks for the tip," Goku said, recovering his stance. "Let me try that." The demon realized its mistake too late. "No. You cannot." Goku closed his eyes, focusing inward. The golden great ape form contained nearly limitless power, but dispersed throughout a massive body. What if, instead of simply returning to human form, he compressed all that golden energy into his smaller shape? The theory made sense, but the execution proved challenging. As he concentrated, golden light enveloped his massive form, becoming blindingly intense. The demon attacked desperately, trying to disrupt his focus, but an energy barrier formed instinctively around Goku, repelling each assault. "This ends now," the demon roared, gathering corrosive dark power between its hands. "Die with your precious world, Guardian." The attack launched just as Goku's transformation reached critical transition. Golden light exploded outward, then rapidly contracted, the great ape form shrinking while retaining its power. The demon's energy blast struck the light but dissipated harmlessly against it. When the radiance faded, the golden great ape was gone. In its place stood a figure of medium height, humanoid but not fully human. Golden red fur covered his body except for the chest and face. His hair had grown longer, wilder, while his eyes remained the piercing gold of his great ape form. A tail, now golden instead of brown, swayed behind him. "What is this?" the demon demanded, backing away instinctively. "What have you done?" Goku examined his new form with wonder. Power beyond anything he'd experienced coursed through every cell, yet contained within a body agile enough to utilize it fully. The bestial aspects of the great ape remained, enhanced senses, primal instinct, raw strength, but governed by human intelligence and precision. "You said it yourself." Goku's voice was deeper than his child form but not the rumble of the great ape. "The true guardian form." Movement became effortless, thought translating to action with no perceptible delay. He appeared beside the demon hybrid before it registered his movement, golden-furred fist connecting with perfect technique. The creature flew backward, crashing through a mountain before regaining control. "Impossible," it snarled, dark blood leaking from multiple wounds. "This form was lost with the last guardians. Guess I found it again." Goku's new fighting instincts felt natural, as if he'd trained in this form for years rather than accessing it for the first time. The demon attacked with everything it had, drawing on powers that warped reality around them. Space distorted as it moved, allowing it to appear from multiple angles simultaneously. Energy blasts that would have destroyed cities targeted Goku from all directions. Yet in his new form, these threats seemed almost predictable. Goku moved through the barrage with fluid precision, each step exact, each counter perfectly timed. The golden red fur covering most of his body absorbed energy that would have killed him otherwise, while his exposed chest allowed precise ki control. "You cannot win," the demon insisted, its hybrid body deteriorating under the strain of channeling too much power. "I am eternal. I existed before your species crawled from the mud." "Maybe," Goku acknowledged, deflecting another attack. "But today, you lose." He gathered energy between his palms, not the traditional blue of the Kamehameha, but golden tinged with crimson. The technique resembled Master Roshi's teaching but amplified through his new physiology. 10x Kamehameha, he named it instinctively, the knowledge seemingly embedded in his transformed consciousness. The demon recognized the threat and attempted to escape, but Goku's new speed made that impossible. He appeared wherever the creature tried to flee, herding it back to the battlefield. "Black!" Goku called out, sensing the last fragments of the human consciousness. "If you're still in there, help me end this." For a moment, the hybrid's movements faltered. "Goku?" Black's voice emerged, strained and fading. "I can't hold it back much longer." "You don't have to," Goku assured him, energy building between his hands. Just give me a target. The hybrid's body convulsed as Black fought for momentary control. With visible effort, he tore open his own chest, exposing the collection ports and the swirling mass of dark energy within. Here, Black gasped. Quick, before it, the demon reasserted control, sealing the wound, but too late. Goku had seen his opportunity. 10x Kamehameha. Golden red energy erupted from Goku's hands, striking the exact point Black had exposed. The demon shrieked as the beam penetrated its defenses, golden power countering demonic essence at its core. This changes nothing, it howled as its vessel began disintegrating. I cannot be destroyed. Only contained. Goku maintained the energy flow, pushing himself beyond previous limits. Then I'll contain you again. The beam intensified, purging demonic energy from the hybrid's body cell by cell. As the dark essence attempted to escape, Goku's attack changed character, creating a vortex that trapped rather than destroyed. What are you doing? The demon demanded as it felt itself being compressed, confined. Finishing what my ancestors started, Goku answered, drawing on instinctive knowledge that came with his new form. Sealing you properly this time. The vortex contracted further, compressing the demon's essence into an ever smaller space. With a final surge of power, Goku completed the technique. Where the hybrid had stood, only a small crystalline object remained, dark energy swirling visibly within its facets. Goku approached cautiously, energy still coursing through his transformed body. The crystal pulsed with malevolent intent but remained contained. Is it over? Chi-Chi's voice came from behind him. Goku turned to see his friends approaching, Chi-Chi, Krillin, and Master Roshi, who must have arrived during the battle. Chi-Chi. Relief flooded through him. You're okay. She stared at his transformed state with wide eyes. Goku? Is that really you? He looked down at his golden-furred body, suddenly self-conscious. Yeah, it's me. New form, I guess. It's incredible, she whispered, approaching slowly. You look different, but your eyes are the same. Master Roshi examined the crystal containing the demon. A prison of pure ki. Remarkable. I've only read about such techniques in the oldest manuscripts. What about Black? Krillin asked, searching the battlefield. Did he? He helped at the end, Goku explained. Fought the demon long enough to give me an opening. I think he's gone now. Chi-Chi reached Goku, hesitating before touching his arm. The golden red fur was soft under her fingers, radiating gentle warmth. Does it hurt? She asked. Being like this? Goku shook his head. It feels right, somehow. Like finding something I was missing. Roshi picked up the crystal carefully, using his sleeve to avoid direct contact. This must be secured immediately. Korin's tower would be safest, with additional seals. What exactly is it? Chi-Chi asked. I mean, what was that thing? Something ancient, Roshi answered gravely. A being that came to Earth long before humans evolved to our current state. The texts call it by many names, but its nature remains consistent, a devourer of worlds. Krillin gulped. And it's been under our feet this whole time. Sealed by the guardian scions thousands of years ago, Roshi confirmed. King Piccolo was merely a fragment that escaped confinement. Goku stared at the crystal. Inside, darkness swirled with apparent intelligence, watching him. It knew about my ancestors. Said they were corrupted by something called the Cold Ones after sealing it. Pieces of a history long forgotten, Roshi mused. Perhaps now lost forever. Not entirely, Chi-Chi disagreed. We have the scrolls, the ship data, and now. She gestured to Goku's transformed state. Living proof of the Guardian legacy. Goku concentrated, attempting to revert to his normal form. The golden energy resisted briefly before yielding, compressing further until he stood before them as himself again, though his eyes retained a golden tint. That's going to take some practice, he admitted, swaying slightly. Krillin caught his arm, steadying him. Power like that has a cost, Roshi observed. You'll need to train your body to sustain it longer. Chi-Chi examined Goku with concern. Are you okay? Just tired, he assured her with a weary smile. Really, really tired. Then let's go home, she suggested, taking his hand. All of us. The gathering at Kame House a week later was part celebration, part strategy session. Bulma had analyzed the crystal prison, confirming its stability while developing additional containment measures. Korin and Roshi had created a special chamber beneath the tower, reinforced with ancient seals to ensure the demon remained imprisoned. Goku, fully recovered, demonstrated his new transformation to everyone's amazement. Though he could only maintain it for minutes at a time, the power it represented changed everything they thought they knew about his potential. I'm calling it Super Saiyan 4, Bulma announced, reviewing her data. Since it's beyond the Great Ape form, which was technically your third transformation after normal and golden. Isn't that getting ahead of ourselves? Krillin joked. We haven't even seen Super Saiyan 1 through 3 yet. Actually, Korin interjected, whiskers twitching thoughtfully, the ancient texts do mention intermediate forms between base Saiyan and the guardian state. Golden-haired warriors who channel transformation energy differently. Something to look forward to, Goku grinned, tail swishing behind him. The Ox King raised his massive mug in a toast. To Earth's guardian. May his journey continue to surprise us all. Everyone cheered, glasses clinking as sunset painted the ocean golden. As conversations broke into smaller groups, Chi-Chi joined Goku on the beach, away from the others. How does it feel, she asked. Knowing what you are now, what you're meant to be. Goku tossed a stone across the water, watching it skip 7 times before sinking. It's a lot, he admitted. Guardian of Earth sounds like a big job for a kid who used to think the world ended at the edge of the forest. Chi-Chi bumped her shoulder against his. Good thing you're not alone, then. He smiled, wrapping his tail affectionately around her waist. The gesture had become his unique way of showing affection, and Chi-Chi had grown to appreciate its significance. The demon said something else, Goku revealed quietly. Before I sealed it. It said others would come, that the cold ones who corrupted the Saiyans still exist out there. Chi-Chi's expression grew serious. You think Earth might face threats from space? Maybe. He looked toward the stars just beginning to appear. If Saiyans were sent as guardians once, whoever sent them might notice Earth again now that the golden power has reappeared. That's why Bulma and General Black are developing that early warning system, Chi-Chi recalled. They must suspect the same thing. Goku nodded. Which means I need to get stronger. Master this new form completely. Be ready. We all do, Chi-Chi corrected. This isn't just your fight anymore, Goku. Everyone back there, she gestured toward Kame House, they're your team now. Your family. The simple truth of her words warmed him more than any transformation energy. From the orphan mountain boy with a monkey tail to Earth's guardian with golden power, his journey had never truly been alone. Speaking of family, Chi-Chi continued, a faint blush coloring her cheeks. My father wants to know when you're going to make an honest woman of me. Goku choked on air. He what? His words, not mine. Chi-Chi laughed. But he has a point. Royal succession and all that. Aren't we a little young? Goku scratched his head. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to be taller before getting married. Chi-Chi rolled her eyes. Obviously we'd wait a few years, dummy. But a proper engagement would make my father happy. And. Goku prompted when she hesitated. And I'd know for sure you're coming back, no matter what threats appear, she admitted softly. That you have a reason beyond duty. Goku considered this with uncharacteristic seriousness. The thought of promising himself to Chi-Chi didn't scare him as it might have months ago. Instead, it felt natural, an acknowledgement of what had already formed between them. Okay, he decided simply. Chi-Chi blinked. Okay, what? Okay, I'll marry you. Goku grinned. When we're older. And taller. Her face lit up with joy before she controlled her expression. Is that a proper proposal, son Goku? Because princesses expect something a bit more romantic. Goku looked momentarily panicked before catching the teasing glint in her eye. Two could play that game. His eyes flashed golden briefly as he took her hand. Chi-Chi, daughter of the Ox King, he began with exaggerated formality, would you do me the honor of becoming my wife and fellow guardian of Earth when we're both old enough that your father won't squash me like a bug for suggesting it now? She laughed, the sound carrying across the water. Yes, son Goku. I will. Their moment was interrupted by Bulma's voice from the house. Hey lovebirds. Get in here. Something's happening. They rushed inside to find everyone gathered around Bulma's monitoring equipment. On the screen, a small object approached Earth's orbit, too small for a ship, but definitely artificial. What is it? Krillin asked, squinting at the display. Some kind of probe, Bulma answered, typing commands to enhance the image. It's broadcasting a signal. Can you decode it? Master Roshi asked. Bulma nodded, adjusting settings. It's a simple binary pattern. Give me a minute. Tension filled the room as she worked. Finally, a message translated onto the screen, Guardian signal detected. Science extinct. Anomaly investigation required. Operative dispatched. Estimated arrival, 1 Earth year. What does that mean? Chi-Chi whispered, clutching Goku's hand. It means someone noticed my transformation, Goku answered, expression hardening with determination. And they're coming to check it out. 1 year, Bulma calculated. That's how long we have to prepare. Krillin gulped audibly. Prepare for what exactly? Whatever comes next, Goku said, eyes fixed on the stars visible through the window. His tail wrapped protectively around Chi-Chi's waist as the others began discussing defense strategies. 1 year to master his new powers. 1 year to build Earth's defenses. 1 year to ready himself for visitors from beyond the stars who would expect the last scion to be either an enemy or extinct. They would find neither. They would find Earth's guardian instead, a golden warrior carrying on the legacy of his forgotten ancestors, protecting his adopted home with everything he had. And this time, he wouldn't be facing the unknown alone. As plans formed around him, Goku smiled. Whatever came through the darkness between stars, Earth would be ready. He would be ready. The journey of the Golden Guardian had only just begun. The end. Thank you for watching this video. Please be sure to subscribe to our channel and like this video.